when it comes to
one more around this to secure it a little bit, okay? Okay, because I gotta go start the pregame. We're on the air in 9 minutes. But it's on there, but I want to make sure it's on there good.
Do you have a headset there?
Yes, it's on the table.
Oh, in there or in your
In our room.
Okay.
And you should be ready to go. I've already tested it. Kel, give it a little tape. Probably not. Probably flex. It's gonna be tight space. Don't try to take it. Okay. Just.
Audio test 1 2. Audio test 1 2 3. Audio test 1 2 3.
You on scoreboard now? Alright, if I just click it, will it already go on live?
Anything you touch will go live. You can. If you want to try it, try it. But
I just want to make note of it. I just want to make sure that it's all good.
Audio test.
is a production of Guthrie Football, 4-time state champions.
Staley gets the snap. He's running with it left side. Touchdown, Blue Jays. Guy Staley and the Blue Jays regain the lead.
Next time that I talk to you, I will be talking to the greatest team in Guthrie High School history.
The Blue Jays are looking to add yet another gold ball made of Guthrie blue.
Ryan Dunn takes the snap, and there you have it. The 2011 Class 5A state champions are your very own Guthrie Blue Jays for the third time in school history, and they have dashed onto the field. Motion to the left side. They run to the left side with Alexander across the 5 to the 1. Touchdown! Ida Alexander. And for the fourth time in school history, the Guthrie Blue Jays are your Class 5A state champions, and strike up the band one final time.
One thing that will never be replaced is MTXE. Mental toughness, extra effort.
It's being determined to win in the face of all odds, all obstacles, and coming together as a unit to accomplish that.
Year after year, the Blue Jay offense is amongst the most prolific offenses in all of Class 5A.
Option reverse to Callis. Callis looking for throw. Wide open. Blaze Hastings, can they connect? He does! Touchdown, Blue Jays! Reverse pass, and the Blue Jays are on the board. Strike up the band!
It's that time again. It's time for Blue Jay football.
Hit hard. Landry Chapel gets every Blue Jay fan off their seat.
It's now.
Strike up the band!
On the Guthrie Radio Network.
Guthrie football. Open up mics. It's time to go.
Launch authorization received. Countdown sequence initiated.
3, 2, 1.
Guthrie Football 2018 is brought to you by Interbank, strengthening our communities through community banking. Golden Chick, the original and still the best. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world. John Vance Auto Group, where it's comfortable to buy a car. Guthrie North Church, love God, love people, follow Jesus. Mercy Hospital, Logan County, your life is our life's work. And Eskridge Chevrolet, a name you can trust for over 50 years. Guthrie Blue Jay Football is also brought to you by F&M Bank, Signal Financial Management, Guthrie Tag Agency, A-Team Overhead Door, Nelson Monument Company, Hayes Funeral Home, Sonic at I-35 and Highway 33, and Merritt Roberts Farm Bureau, Oklahoma.
Welcome to Guthrie Football.
The following is a production of Guthrie Football, spanning across the Blue Jay Radio Network.
Throws it up for Dante Boston to triple coverage. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me?
Now, let's go live to the stadium with the voice of the Blue Jays, Chris Evans, and tonight's Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show.
The Guthrie Blue Jays have made their way to western Oklahoma as they look to remain unbeaten here in the 2018 high school football season. Good evening, I'm Chris Evans. This is the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show in Woodward as we get set for tonight's contest between the Guthrie Blue Jays and the Woodward Boomers. Join me here in a few minutes with the call of the game will be Phil Nichols and Craig Fleck. Thanks for joining us on Hot 93.7 FM and online at Guthrie Sports Page, Guthrie News Page, and the Guthrie News Page mobile app. Guthrie enters with a perfect 5-0 record, including 2-0 in the district. Woodward is 2-3 overall and 1-1 in District 5A2. Tonight's matchup will feature the 30th meeting between these two programs. The series dates back to 1976 with Guthrie holding a 15-14 series lead, including winners of the last 8 meetings. We'll continue after opening timeout as we count you down to kickoff. Up next, a look at the Woodward Boomers. You're listening to the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show in Woodward on the Blue Jay Radio Network.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
For
For decades, Guthrie Athletics has been a source of pride in the Guthrie community. Hi, I'm Merritt Roberts, and I've been a Blue Jay supporter and Farm Bureau agent for many, many years.
I want to wish all the Guthrie student athletes not only a great season on the field, course, track, or court, but in the classroom as well. If integrity, honesty, and accessibility are important to you, call Farm Bureau at 620-4920 and ask for Merritt. I would welcome the opportunity to give you a professional evaluation of your insurance needs, or simply stop by and let's talk about the Jays.
Have you heard the big news here in Guthrie? You know that Guthrie Tagging Agency is your local source for all your vehicles, boats, ATVs, trailers, titles, registrations, and of course driver's license renewals and replacements. But now, the Guthrie Tagging Agency helps with driver's road tests. That's right, take your road test right here in Guthrie. No more trips to Edmond or Stillwater or Enid. Call and schedule your appointment at 282-3873. Guthrie Tagging Agency, open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 9 to noon.
Accepting the loss of a loved one is the hardest thing we will ever have to do. At Nelson Monument Company, formerly Warren Monument Company, we aim to make selecting a memorial an easy and healing process. With our compassionate service, state-of-the-art design software, and our new and improved facility, we offer the best overall experience in the industry. Nelson Monument Company, located at 5305 South Division Street in Guthrie. Give us a call at 405-282-3220.
Hi, this is Asa Nelson, and from our family to yours, we would be honored to gain your trust.
Welcome back. Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show continues on Hot 93.7 FM. Oklahoma Farm Bureau is your central location for all your insurance needs. Contact Merritt Roberts at 282-2266, Oklahoma Farm Bureau. The Blue Jays have started the season with a 5-0 record and prepare to take on the second half of the regular season. The defense has been stellar by allowing 11 points a game and creating 19 turnovers, including 10 interceptions and 9 fumbles, with 9 of those resulting directly in the scores. The Jays offense has proven to be balanced with a team effort. Quarterback Jackson Waddell and running back Justin Adams had led the team in rushing, while Brody Hinkle, Marcellus Owens, and Talik Jackson have led the Jays in receiving yards. The offensive line has proven to work as a complete unit by allowing gaping holes for the running game and enough time for receivers to get open. Guthrie will look to continue that trend here in Woodward. The Boomers enter with a 2-3 record and 1-1 district record. The season started with a 1-2 non-district start with a win over Elk City and losses to Clinton and Weatherford. In district play, Woodward picked up a road win at Lawton Eisenhower before dropping a home loss last week to McGinnis. The Boomers are looking to reach the playoffs for the first time since 2013, and if they do it, it will likely be because of running back Cole Marlette. The 3-year starter rushed for 82 yards in a home loss last year to the Blue Jays. This season, in the win over Elk City, Marlette ran for 243 yards on 20 touches and finished with 4 touchdowns. Parker Pruitt, a junior, begins his second year at quarterback and was 4 of 8 passing in last year's contest with the Jays, including 121 passing yards. Woodward's defense is allowing 30 points per game and nearly 39 points in their 2 home games this year. In last year's game, the Jays tossed for only 56 yards on 13 pass attempts as they primarily used their running game to pile up 16 first downs. This is the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 in the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
The Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show continues next.
Hello, Blue Jay family. I'm Pastor Hetty. I want to invite you to North Church Guthrie, where you can expect fun, Bible-centered kids and student ministries, life-giving groups, engaging worship, and powerful messages. I would love to see you and your family at North Church Guthrie this Sunday at 9:30 or 11 a.m. at Guthrie Upper Elementary School, where our vision is to love God, love people, and follow Jesus. And remember, God loves you, and go win.
When it's time Trying to buy your next new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Please think of John Vance Auto Group in Guthrie. We're just right around the corner from where the Blue Jays win football games. We work, shop, and worship in the same community as you. John Vance and his family and employees are usually in the stands rooting for the Blue Jays just like you. So keep us in mind and know we'd appreciate your business and promise to show it.
John Vance Auto Group, it's all true.
I-35 exit 153 in Guthrie.
John Vance Auto Group.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
Let's go live to the stadium with the call of tonight's game. Here's Chris Evans, Casey Porter, Phil Nichols, and Craig Fleck.
Interbank Blue Jay kickoff show continues here in Woodward, Oklahoma. So glad to have you on board. Hot 93.7 FM, KSBI. Also streaming worldwide at youtube.com/Guthrie News. Just go to YouTube, and search Guthrie News, or go to Guthrie Sports page, go to the Guthrie News page, click the stories. It's inside there. You've done it before. You found it already. Glad to have you on board as we get set for week number 6 of the high school football season. The Guthrie Blue Jays making their way here to Woodward, Oklahoma. And Phil, it's a touch windy out there today here in western Oklahoma.
She's blowing just a piece, Chris. You know, we found out on a drive up we had a little mechanical issue we had to pull over and take care of, but thanks to quick thinking on your part, all bad things were averted. And
well, we're about 45 minutes outside of Woodward when the out of nowhere the tire
said bye-bye.
And the pressure went 35, 30, 25, 20. It was like a touchdown for the Blue Jays.
Yeah. And Chris yelled, strike up the band. We pulled over and changed the tire.
Yeah, so we lost about 30 minutes on the way up here because of that tire. But luckily it was pretty easy to maneuver. Of course, there was 3 of us working on it. But the
wind was flat blowing there, too. Yeah,
so it was the crazy thing is I got those tires, what?
A couple months ago, maybe?
Maybe a month ago, maybe. So
you got some talking to do with the folks at Walmart.
I do. I mean, of course, the great consumer that I am got the roadside service.
Yeah, you were bullied into doing that. I know.
Well, I told them no, and they did it anyway. So now I'm glad they did it. It's like they knew what they were giving me. But Blue Jays trying to blow their way to their 6th victory of the season, undefeated right now, 2-0 in district play. You look at the district standings, Phil. Guthrie 2-0, McGinnis 2-0, Carl Albert 2-0, and we thought maybe that 1-2-3 was going to be that way throughout the year. Still think so, but then you look at Woodward 1-1, Lot Nike 1-1. Piedmont's schedule is going to get a little bit easier. They're 0-2 right now, but looking at it, looks like Guthrie, McGinnis, and Carl Albert fighting for that 1-2-3 spot, although Woodward could have a say in that tonight with the victory. But then you look at Piedmont, Lot Nike, and Woodward fighting for that 4th and final spot, while Guyman and Northwest Classen just kind of fill out the rest of the way.
Yeah, Flecky and I were talking earlier this evening, and, you know, this is I think we both feel that Woodward's probably the team right now. They've already defeated Ike, and that are the ones setting in the best position to secure that 4th spot. So, a lot to play for, like you said, for the Boomers here tonight, and we'll should be with this win. You know, it's going to play right into their game plan. I mean, they're a heavy run offense, obviously, and a great offensive line. And I think Coach Beebe said their offensive line averages around 240 pounds or so, and so good-sized kids, very athletic. So, should be a good test for the Blue Jay defense.
You look at Woodward, Craig. If you're a Boomer fan out there, you got this game in front of you, then you got that Piedmont game in Week 10 that will go a long ways in these district standings, trying to make the playoffs for the first time since about 5 years.
Yeah, and, you know, they bounced back up to 5A a couple of years ago and certainly didn't make their road any easier, but they're moving in the right direction. They're certainly a good football team. They're a tough team to prepare for, certainly. When you talk about when we were looking down there, they run a double wing a lot of times with 2 tight ends and no wide receivers. We saw in their warm-ups they were running single wing down there, which you almost never see anymore.
But haven't seen that since '82.
I'm surprised it's been that recent, to be honest. But, you know, we're talking about this weather, looking at the mesonet right now, blowing directly out of the south at 22 miles an hour, but it's gusting up to 31.
Yeah.
And those flags are almost straight out and whipping around. And we were talking about it before we got up here. the punting game is really where that wind is going to impact this game, because field position is so important when you're talking about a running team like Woodward has. That field position gets affected if you're trying to kick into that wind. You know, you can give them a lot of short fields if you're not careful.
No question, Flecky. And, you know, we were also watching the golden goalposts. They were shaking and rattling and rolling. We look down there right now. They're still moving. I mean, this wind, the gust is really, really strong. So probably will definitely affect the passing game tonight, and we'll see what Coach Scott Mick has dialed up for the Jays.
As you see on your video screen, we broadcast on the home side. We look across the way. We see some Blue Jay fans making their way into the stands.
Pretty
we
good
await
hike.
the captains come onto the field. But as you look on your screen or on your radio dial, right to left, the wind is blowing right to left, as Craig mentioned. So when you do the coin toss, and of course you want to win because you want all the options in your favor, but you might consider the win in the first half or second half.
No doubt.
Second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. And the wind, you know, sometimes it'll lay down this time of night, but sometimes it just cranks up. So beautiful Oklahoma.
Out here especially.
That's right. Get a little farther out to the northwest, but it's definitely going to have an effect on the ball game. I mean, the Blue Jays like to pass it around, spin the ball here and there, and it'll be a little tougher tonight, no doubt.
Also, when you bring up the wind, there is a chance of rain tonight in around the 9 o'clock hour. I think we'll be fine getting the game in, but there are storms, a chance of storms tonight beginning around 9 o'clock. I think majority of those, Craig, are going to be after midnight.
Yeah, it looked like there was a small chance starting around 9 o'clock, and then starting about 11, the chances started increasing. I think it was about 10 to 15% around 9 o'clock, and then starts getting into the 30s and the 40s once we hit about 11 o'clock. For those of you who are wondering why the Guthrie Band isn't here, well, they have to be in Owasso tomorrow morning for contest. 2-hour drive up here, 2-hour drive back, and then another 2-hour drive back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wasn't really practical for them, so that's why they didn't make the trip tonight.
Someone made a very good decision. I'm not sure who operates that, but that was a really good, really good decision there.
I believe that's Mr. Blackbird.
Yeah.
Makes that call.
This is the Interbank Blue Jay kickoff show here in Woodward, Oklahoma. Braden Marie Russell on the camera. Appreciate her making the trip up here. Kel Evans producing all this here tonight. Of course, Craig Fleck, Phil Nichols, I'm Chris Evans with you as the 5-0 Blue Jays taking on the 2-3 Woodward Boomers. And let's kind of go back to the Woodward Boomers here, Phil. Kind of mentioned a little bit earlier, but started the season 1-2 in non-district play. Losses to very respectable Clinton Weatherford here in western Oklahoma. They did beat Elk City 41-26, and then lost to McGinnis last week. And as you mentioned earlier, beat Lawton Eisenhower to begin district play 42-18. So 2-3 on the season.
Yeah, and I don't, like you said, they've played a tough schedule. I don't think there's any question that McGinnis game and then us this week is going to be their two toughest games that they've had so far.
That's a good thing. I mean, that's a good point. Maybe more battle tested than Guthrie, maybe?
Oh, there's no doubt.
I mean, although Guthrie played 6A schools, but Clinton Weatherford are pretty darn good.
I think Clinton and Weatherford could beat at least two of the 6A schools we played this year. I mean, probably all three, but I mean, and we've talked about this a lot over the last couple of weeks because we get asked this question all the time. Blue Jays are undefeated, but all teams that they've defeated thus far, I think, have won a combined total of 4 games, and one of those victories somebody was going to win because it was Ponca versus Shawnee.
And then Enid versus Ponca.
And then Enid versus Ponca. So, but they've played everybody on their schedule. I mean, you can't control what the other teams are doing. All you can do is go out and perform. And they've had really impressive performances in every ball game. I think the Ponca game caught them a little off guard. Weather was a factor, no question, but still came on in the end and got the W and got a couple late scores there and made it look actually a lot like a bigger win than it was. That ball game was a lot tighter than
a scoop and score and then a pick six in the last minute 40 of the game.
Yes, that's right.
Certainly makes it look a lot better in the paper in the morning.
That's right. And but it's just you don't know. I mean, still, you're really just getting cranked up into the district play. Really getting the rhythm now in district play. There's a lot of football to be had, and I think most people have the Blue Jays favored in tonight's contest. I think that's kind of the consensus. But man, when you're dealing with 15 to 18, 19-year-old kiddos, you never know. Little Susie could have told Sammy that she don't want to hang out no more. So, you always have those things can affect games. And besides things like the weather and injuries, there's all these other things. It's very hard to keep people focused. So you never know what you're going to get with high school football.
Well, and this is probably the best offensive line that Guthrie's faced since that Ponca City game, where Guthrie really got pushed around a lot in that game, especially in the second half.
Well,
I mean, Ponca was pretty big up front, and they were able to push Guthrie around a bit. Woodward has a very talented, very large offensive line.
Yeah.
Let's see how the Blue Jays handle it, because this is probably their biggest test up front of the season.
No doubt they got two good tight ends, too, number 88, Eddie Montez, and number 83, Keaton White.
Yeah, and, Coach Hickson, he's a guy that loves to run the football. He's one of those old school guys. If you ask, he says, well, 2 out of 3 things are bad when you throw it, right? I mean, so, he's I promise you, they've went back and they've looked at that Ponca City film, I guarantee you, and saw the success that they had running the ball that night. So I'll be surprised if we don't get a whole lot of off tackle. What's like Chris like to say, if the Boomers throw the ball more than 3 times, 2 of them are probably an accident, right? So I just don't look for them to throw the ball much.
Captain's going to midfield here in just a matter of moments. Parker Pruitt, we expect, will be the starting quarterback, although Woodward's kind of going in between quarterbacks right now. Pruitt was a starter last year, 5'10 junior, 165 pounds, but behind him is Cole Marlette, number 5. He ran for almost 300 yards in that victory against Elk City. Had, I think, about 80 yards last year, according to your stats, Craig, in this game last year. And remember, Guthrie won this game 28-3, and Gavin Bryson, who graduated, obviously, from Guthrie, had a great game in that ball game. So Blue Jays have got to look for new leadership in this game to take away some of those yards that Gavin gave them. Well,
and I think, too, we've talked about a couple of young men this year repeatedly. Of course, Marcellus Owens is having the best campaign he's had of his Guthrie career, 3-year starter, and has really stepped up as a leader on the field and with his actions, as well as what we always knew was great athleticism. But he's really came along this year. C.J. Ward's had a great season so far. Many other kids, but I really think we're going to see CJ. I think you're going to see CJ have more of an effect in the running game as the weeks continue to go. I think we've been seeing the last couple weeks, they've been getting a few more carries, things like that. So I'd be surprised if number 26, CJ Ward, isn't more involved tonight.
Our video audience just saw Guthrie won the coin toss and deferred to the second half. So Woodward will receive the opening kickoff here in the first half. Time now for those Eskridge Chevrolet's keys to the game. We've kind of gone over a whole lot of, already in this Interbank Blue Jay kickoff show, but your final keys tonight for a Guthrie victory to go 6-0. I usually don't do this, but I'll do that one. Don't look ahead. Carl Albert's on the horizon. The game doesn't mean as much. It does, but as far as district stage, you want to go in undefeated, but you don't want to look ahead.
Well, you look at the paper this week. I think I looked. They had Guthrie predicted to win 40-something to 6 or 7 or something like that. And to your point, kids can get caught up in that. My big key to the games, same thing I say every week, got to protect the football, got to have a few penalties, execute your game plan, don't make mistakes. Guthrie should get out of here with the W.
For me, first down, especially when Woodward has the football, if you can keep them to under 3 yards on first down, that puts them way behind schedule, and then they're trying to play catch-up. It's the most important play of every series for the Woodward Boomers is that first down. Can they get 3+ yards on first down? That's what keeps them on schedule. So for the Blue Jays on defense, keep them under 3 yards on first down. You'll probably get a 3 and out there.
All right, let's go downstairs with tonight's national anthem performed by the Woodward High School Marching Band. And there is tonight's national anthem, nicely performed there by the Woodward High School Marching Band, alongside Braden Murray Russell, Kel Evans, Craig Flick, Phil Nichols, I'm Chris Evans. This is the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show as we get set for the 5-0 Guthrie Blue Jays, 2-0 in district play, taking on the Woodward Boomers. 2-3 overall. They are 1-1 in district play. Craig Fleck just kind of went over first downs in his S-Ray Chevrolet's keys to the game, and he's absolutely right, Phil. When you look at first down, second down, third down tendencies for Woodward this year, they run every single down about 60% or more on the ground. They don't like to throw it.
Yeah, like we said earlier, if they throw 3 passes, 2 of them are probably an accident. I mean, they're not looking to throw the ball. They're going to line up, run the ball right at you, say, here we come, stop us, and see what happens. That goes back, I know in the scouting report this week, Coach Beebe talked about that very, very solid offensive line of Woodward's and mentioned how athletic they are, do a lot of pulling, a lot of schemes, a lot of things like that. So very, very, as he said, very, very heavy with pull schemes, and they like to throw play action passes when they do throw, but I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of that tonight.
Especially not with the wind.
Right.
But, you were talking about their running. You look at their formation, it's very similar to what Army and the other service academies run, but they don't run triple option out of it.
Right.
What you're going to see out of them, you're going to see a lot of inside toss, you're going to see a lot of trap, you're going to see a lot of counter. Those are the plays they run out of this, and it's all between the tackles, right at you, 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
All that real quick hit stuff, get it go. So, it's going to be, the Blue Jays see this about once a year. Maybe twice some seasons, but about once a year. So Kelly Beebe, though, he's been doing this for a couple days, so I think he's got a good game plan in place, so it should be a lot of fun.
Blue Jays have made their way onto the field. The Woodward marching band still on the field as they form a W there at midfield.
Looks good.
Cheerleaders, student body making a line out on the 25-yard line to our left as they await their Woodward Boomers to come onto the field. Again, Guthrie won this game last year. Week number 10 had to come in here and win to qualify for the playoffs. They did that by a victory of 28-3 as Woodward makes their way onto the field. So we're just a matter of moments from kicking off this ball game. When we do, it'll be Blue Jays kicking off right to left on your radio dial here on this Friday night. And hope everyone got the yard mowed, and it looks like we got some heavy rain, or maybe not heavy, but there is some flooding possibility throughout the state of Oklahoma in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So we'll see.
I just need it to get cooler, Chris.
Yes. 80 degrees?
I'm a chubby
Almost
kid.
90.
Chubby kids don't like the heat.
Well, at 7 o'clock tonight, it's 83 degrees here in Woodward.
I dressed inappropriately.
When we got here, it was 90 plus. So
when we were changing a tire on the side of a road off of Highway 270, it was 90 degrees.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm looking down on the field to see our great friend, Mr. Jeff Chappell, made the drive over to Woodward tonight. That's good to see. Jeff, has always been involved with Blue Jay football. Doesn't have any kiddos playing right now, so it's nice for him to make the trip and continue to take those pictures for everybody.
He's the chief photographer of Guthrie Sports Page. So
did I do a good job there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. No, his photos are awesome, and I was just able to put him up. The homecoming photos, he had some in the parade, and he captures the moments really well. Not in the game action, but in the stands.
He does. And the thing about Jeff, we like to tease each other. I mean, I love the Chappell family. I think they're just amazing people, but they do so much for our community. Seems like every small community has that family or two that just steps up for everybody and helps everybody. And I'm just going to tell you, I just, there's nobody that does that more than the Chappell family in Guthrie, and we're just so very lucky to have them. But great supporters of everything Guthrie, and it's good to have Jeff down the sideline taking those pictures. That'll mean a lot when you're old like us, Chris, or I guess should say like me. When you're old like me, you'll look back at those pictures. Those will mean a lot to you.
You're going off script here, Jeff. Jeff is a really good guy.
Oh, sorry.
You got to get back on the script.
Sorry, I just got Jeff and I had a moment.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make up for it.
All right. Woodward Boomers in the home gold helmets. Got the W on the side of the helmet. I think I saw a W on the side of the helmet earlier. Black jerseys with gold numbers, gold pants. Blue Jays in the traveling white jersey tops, black pants, of course, that silver helmet with the blue G and the blue face mask.
Woodward colors are just classy looking, just really classy looking uniforms. And, great. Just saw a bunch of more Blue Jay fans snuck in here at the end, so we got a lot of late arrivers, so that's good to see. A few more folks joining us this evening.
He ended up one of the good ones in the state of Oklahoma. We bragged on him all season long, the last couple of years, actually. Number 18, David Vargas, 6'1", 200-pound senior. Getting ready to kick this one off right to left.
Well, with the ball going with the wind, this thing might end up over in the baseball field, so we want to keep an eye on it. This could be fun to watch. I'm going to see if he splits the uprights here, Christopher.
So Woodward will be going into the wind here in this first quarter. David Vargas looks left, looks right, approaches the football, and we're underway here in western Oklahoma. Guthrie versus Woodward as this one go out of the end zone. What, 5 yards? 5 yards out of the end zone?
Yeah, I mean, a long ways.
And so we already see the win, a big factor there.
Yeah.
Here comes the Woodward Boomers. Again, they are led by, we'll see, number 12 is in. He is in there. Parker Pruitt, the quarterback, 5'10", 165-pound junior. And the key part of this offense is number 5, the running back, Cole Marlette, 5'10", 188-pound senior. Behind that big offensive line.
Of course, I think Cole last year, had a well of a ball game against the Blue Jays. I think he had right at 100 yards last year. Real solid kid, powerful runner. So he'll be key to them tonight to get a victory.
Boomers to the line of scrimmage. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Pruitt under center. Stands back up, looks at the Guthrie defensive line. 5-man front for the Jays. They'll toss it to the Alexander on the left side, and he goes across the line of scrimmage, tackled at the 23. So a pickup of 3 yards. It'll bring up second down and 7. First play of the ball game.
Brought down there by big David Scott again. David's just been a force on the defensive line for the Blue Jays all season. Very athletic kid, can really move laterally really, really well. David comes in about 245, 250 pounds and can flat out play. So David Scott has a big game tonight. It'll bode well for the Blue Jays.
Second down and 7. Ball on the far hash mark. Pruitt under center once again. Little wing T look here, and the little inside handoff up to the 25. A 2-yard pickup, and it'll be third down and 5 for the Boomers.
Yeah, you look down at the Blue Jay defense, and you got some youngsters out there. They're really, they're not young anymore. This is their 6th start under their belt, and really coming along in a big way. So it's been a lot of fun to watch those youngsters develop.
Third down and 5, closer to 4. We'll see here. The Boomers see if they go in the air or through the ground here. We'll see. Same formation as one before. They will toss it, try to run for it here. Getting on the outside, it's Marlette across the 30. He'll have the first down out to the 32-yard line. Boomers, a first down.
Not really anything surprising. They're just lining up and coming right at you. And like we talked in the pregame show, kind of have that attitude of here we are, this is what we do, stop us. Blue Jays weren't able to get it done on that play.
Ball marked at the 32-yard line. Gooseby on the tackle. Boomers to the line of scrimmage. First down and 10. Single back set here. The toss to the running back. And he runs into his own teammate. Brought down by Campbell. Leach 36 for the Blue Jays. No pickup on first down. Again, one of Craig Fleck's big Escrow-Shelley's keys to the game is first down. That time, no yards, because obviously Woodward's going to run the ball on second and third down. And really, when they do go through the air, it's going to be on the play action type deal.
Yeah, and I mean, Campbell Leach, you talked about making the play there. Campbell's had an incredible senior campaign, and of course, very, very effective on pass rush, but does a great job against the rush as well. And Campbell's just continuing on like he has all year.
Second down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Cole Marlette lines up behind Pruitt under center. Snap, toss to Pruitt, up the middle, across the 35, and he'll get to in around, we'll call it the 37-yard line. Pick up a 5 yards. So here we go again, Phil. Third down and 5 for the Boomers.
Well, Boomers are kind of doing what they need to do, just keep chucking out yards here and there, just putting themselves in a situation where they can convert. And I think this is what we're going to see all night. We could be eating dinner a little earlier than normal tonight.
Yes. 9-13, 9-12, and rolling here in the opening quarter. Woodward with one first down already. They're facing a third down and 5 from the 37. They need the 42. Toss to the Marlette, hit in the backfield, and he's a tough guy. Fumbles the football, and who has it?
I'll be surprised if it's not the Jays.
Guthrie says they do, and they do. Guthrie defense turns over their opponent for the 20th time this season.
The darndest thing any of us have ever seen. I've never seen, in all the years we've covered high school football, Chris, I have never seen a team that have this many turnovers, positive turnovers for themselves. I mean, it's unbelievable. I think they have 9 of those 20 now. have been pick sixes or scoops and score. So defense comes up big for the Blue Jays yet again.
Here comes the Guthrie offense onto the field with great field position. First down and 10 from the Woodward 37-yard line. Adams gets carried across the middle, across the 35, across the 30, down near the 25, still on his feet, and finally wrestled down at the 24-yard line. We talked about replacing Gavin Bryson's yards from last year in this game, and there you see Justin Adams, 13 yards on his first carry.
You know, Justin, a different runner than what we were used to in the past. Justin, very tough runner, very physical runner. He's that kid that looks to make contact when he's carrying the football. I love watching him. I think he's what Blue Jay football is all about, just smash mouth right up in your face. Great job by Justin Adams.
Got a Boomer slow to get off the field. That's number 21, K. Gregg, junior linebacker. He'll be replaced. Looks like number 87, Garrett Dunlap, coming in to replace him. Marcel Owens, Tilly Jackson, receivers to the far side. Brody Hinkle and Gugasper, the receivers on the near side. Adams on the left side of senior quarterback Jackson Waddell. First down and 10 from the 24, and a flag thrown by the referee. It will be a false start all on the Blue Jays. First penalty of the night. It'll back them up 5 yards, and it'll make it first down and 15.
You know, those kind of things you don't want to see, especially this time of the year. You've got 6 games or 5 games under your belt. Those mental mistakes, you got to start getting rid of those. You just can't afford to have them as you continue to move through district play, Chris.
So the Blue Jays back up 5 yards to the 29-yard line. First down and 15. Jackson will roll to the left side, cuts it up at the 30, making his way to the 25, back at the 24, close to the original line of scrimmage. They'll actually probably give him the 23-yard line. Now to bring up second down and 9. Jackson Waddell also had a big game running the football last year in this game.
Yeah, Jackson's been a tremendous job all year. He's great, very underappreciated runner of the football. I mean, he does an outstanding job. He definitely has the ability to go pick up 6, 7, 8 yards or break it for a big run.
3 receiver set, 2 to the far side. Adams on the right side of Jackson, who's in the shotgun. Second down and 9. The little play action here. Jackson running for his life, throws it on the run, and it's going to be incomplete at the 20-yard line as he threw it behind his intended receiver, Brody Hinkle.
Now that's a deal right there. Where, just to be quite frank, our offensive line just get beat off the ball and had no time for the play to develop and had to hurry his pass, and this is what you get. Throw behind your receiver.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of plays a lot of times something bad happens. I mean, a lot of times you'll see interceptions off plays like that. So Blue Jays dodge a bullet there.
So here we go. Third down and 9. Blue Jays huddle up. They'll break huddle. Ball's on the near hash mark of the 24-yard line. Guthrie needs just beyond the 15-yard line. 4 receiver set. Twins each side. Now Brody Hinkle into motion, lines up in the slot. Jackson to throw, has time to throw. Goes downfield, wide open, Marcellus Owens, touchdown! Marcellus Owens, easiest play of the year for the Blue Jays. A 24-yard touchdown, pass and catch.
You know, that combination, Jackson to Marcellus, has became something we're used to seeing this year, Chris, and played together for so many years, and it just comes so easy for this group of wideouts and their quarterback. Just a phenomenal play there. There wasn't anybody within 15 yards
he was wide
of Marcellus there, and Jackson made a great play or a great pass, put it right on the numbers.
Offensive line gave him plenty of time to set the feet. Is probably the easiest pass Jackson will ever have.
Yeah, really was. Those are the kind of passes sometimes you mess up.
Yeah, you know? So wide open.
Yeah.
David Vargas on for the PAT. Snap kick. Playing long enough, it's up and good. Guthrie up with a 7-0 lead, 7:44 to play in the first quarter. Timeout from Woodward. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football.
Glenda here with Jim and our Red River Roofing crew. You've known us for 16 years of quality roofing services, and we are also proud installers of Diamond Coat pre-finished siding.
This quality wood siding product is scratch resistant, comes in custom color option, and will actually increase your home's resale value.
With a 30-year no-fade warranty, this siding is sure to impress.
Durability is #1, so choose a stylish exterior siding that will last.
Call today to boost your home's curb appeal with beautiful Diamond Coat siding. Visit us at redriverroofing.com.
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Blue
Jays off to a good start here in Woodward, Oklahoma. Opening drive, of course, the defense. Don't forget the defense set it all up with the fumble recovery.
Yeah, like they have been all year, Chris, just making plays and really – some would argue maybe the MVP of the offense so far has been the Blue Jay defense.
That kick again sails out of the back of the end zone for David Vargas to be first down and 10 for the Woodward Boomers. Well, our first John Vance Motor scoring summary tonight is off that fumble recovery by the Blue Jays at the Woodward 37-yard line. They need just 3 plays. As again, Marcellus Owens wide open in the end zone, 24-yard touchdown reception. So, with now 7 minutes and 44 seconds to play in the first quarter, Guthrie 7, Woodward 0. That's your John Vance Motor scoring summary, where it's comfortable to buy a truck. So the Boomers back onto the field offensively for the second time. First down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Ball in the center of the field. Pruitt, the quarterback, will give it off to Marlette. Marlette fighting for yards. He gets 3, maybe 4, as a nice tackle there by big David Scott.
Well, what I like seeing there is so we've got an injured player on the field for the Boomers.
David Scott last week, limited action in that big blowout of the Guyman Tigers.
Right.
Guthrie won that game 70-6, and oh, by the way, the most points ever in school history. 70 points. Guthrie back in 2007 scored 69 a bunch of times, and somehow was able to always avoid that 70-point plateau.
Well, I got a few text messages when you ran your story about all-time scoring record from some of the kids that played on that 07 team, reminding me that all their starters on many of those 69-0 games did not play in the second half.
Correct. I mean, it could have been 127 to 0. Yeah, I agree. But
and that's a goal. You don't ever want to score. We're not happy we scored 70 points last week. You don't want to do that.
No. Guthrie just always seemed to miss that extra point every now and then. That 2000, they did in 2008 a few times as well. As we have another flag, this time thrown by the near official on the Woodward side. And did not mic up the officials tonight. We have a limited amount of space here on our stuff here. It's going to be a penalty against Guthrie.
You know, another one of those mental mistakes that you know, those are the things that coaches, I don't care if you're the Blue Jay staff or who you are, that drives you absolutely crazy at this time of the season. You've got to quit making those mental mistakes. You make those kind of mistakes against a Carl Albert, against a Bishop McGinnis, and it's going to be a long night.
And this is exactly where Woodward wants to be. 2nd down and 1 now after the penalty, coming up on 7 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Oh, wow.
Pruitt looks to throw on the run, has a man wide open, and it's dropped at the 43-yard line. Catch probably should have been made. J.D. Kuhnfield on the coverage. The intended receiver was the tight end. We bragged about him in the Interbank Blue Jay kickoff show. 88 Eddie Montez, senior, had the ball, just dropped it.
Well, kid made a great throw, rolled out to his right, made a great throw, put it right in the young man's hands, just dropped the ball. That happens sometimes, and we don't know down from up here. It's hard to tell what the ball's doing. I mean, this wind's really blowing, folks. I mean, so it's tough, but ball should have been caught.
And Woodward knows they have 3rd down and 1 in their back pocket if they don't complete that pass. So here we go, 3rd down and 1 from the 29-yard line. They give it to Marlette. Marlette has the first down and more across the 35 up to the 37-yard line. About an 8-yard pickup for Cole Marlette, and he's a big guy. It's going to take a couple Blue Jays. Got to wrap him up tonight.
He runs hard.
He does.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't just look good on the hoof. He runs hard, and you know, to Flecky's point on that, you know, Blue Jays go out, get that offsides penalty, moves it to 2nd and 1. Look what happens, moving the chains.
He's 5'9", 181, but he's a stout 181 if he is that. 6:40 to play here in the first quarter. Guthrie 7, Woodward 0. Back to Marlette they go on the right side, across the 40, up to the 42-yard line. On first down, the Boomers get 4 yards. As it looked like a triple lead there for Cole Marlette, and that's what you're going to do in these type formations here. The receivers are bunched in, kind of like a little wing T formation type there. It's if you see Army, Wake Forest, that's what they look like.
Well, what you got to see on this defensive line is you need to see these kids making piles at the ball point of attack, making a pile, making it tough to find a place to run because it's so tight in there.
2nd down and 6. Pruitt, little fullback dive, or did they give it off to Marlette?
Marlette.
It was Marlette on the right side. Not much there. Gets to the 45-yard line. Pickup of about 3 yards. So Boomers are going to need about 3 yards. Well, no, 4. There's going to need about 4 yards here on 3rd down. 5:42 and rolling here in the first quarter. Guthrie 7, Woodward 0. Ball at the Woodward 44-yard line. So big play here for this defense. And we'll call it 3rd down and 3.5 yards. Pruitt hit. No, he gave it off.
Wow.
It's really hard to tell because when Pruitt hands it off or tosses. It goes the other way. I'm not sure if it was a fumble.
There was a fumble on that play. Number 71 for Woodward recovers it, but there was a fumble in the exchange.
Anthony Stinnett for Woodward jumped on it. I thought Pruitt was going the wrong way without the football.
Yeah.
And so now Woodward will have to punt here on 4th down, and the Guthrie defense holds again.
I think what happened there, Chris, at least what I thought I saw was I think one of the D linemen for Guthrie got their hand on the ball, knocks it loose. The young man reaches out, falls on it, recovers.
Back deep for the Blue Jays, C.J. Ward and Marcellus Owens inside their 30-yard line. It's a pretty decent punt here. Marcellus can return it, though. He fumbles the football and jumps right on top of it. And then he loses it again, but I think another Blue Jay. Nope. Woodward comes up with it at the Guthrie 32-yard line. Marcellus dropped the ball on the punt, was able to jump on it, lost it again. I thought Guthrie, another Blue Jay, had the best chance at it after that, but Woodward takes away, and now they're back on offense in Blue Jay territory for the first time tonight.
Big play for Woodward. You know, they've got to come away here with points.
Yep.
This is one of those deals. You make a play, you get a turnover, you got to capitalize on that.
Blue Jays don't turn it over very often. They do here in the first quarter. First down and 10 for the Boomers from the Guthrie 32-yard line. Toss goes to Marlette on the right side, bounces out to the 30, to the 25, and wrestled out of bounds by J.D. Kuhnfield at the 22-yard line. Pickup of 10 yards.
Kid's running really hard tonight, doing a great job, real consistent. You know, you watch him, you can tell he knows how to play the position of running back. Lets his skinny lineman on the outside get in position to make blocks for him down the field. Does a really good job.
So Guthrie took advantage of a Woodward turnover. Woodward now trying to take advantage of a Guthrie turnover. First down and 10 for the Boomers at the Guthrie 21-yard line. Pruitt under center. He'll toss it to Marlette on the right side. Waits for a hole to develop. He takes advantage of it across the 20, up near the 15. They'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. A pickup of 6 yards.
Cade Whitfield on the tackle on that play, senior linebacker. You know, really a high-energy kid, does a good job. One of those program kids that just kept grinding. Now he finds himself with his opportunity as a senior campaign to be a major contributor for the Blue Jays. Stands up and makes the stop on that play.
Boomers, 3-4 yards, exactly what they want on offense per play. Second down and 4, toss goes to Marlette, right side, same play. Here's a flag thrown.
Holding.
As we have another tackle here by J.D. Kuhnfield inside the 15-yard line, but as Phil saw, it looked like it will be in the area of holding and would be backwards, and that's exactly where Woodward Field does not want to be, is behind the chains, and they'll still run it on second down and third down and probably fourth down.
Yeah, and my apologies. I'm used to being on the sideline where I could say holding and nobody hears it. But, there's no question. Just you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot when you're down here. You've got an opportunity to get points on the board. You need to capitalize on this if you're the Woodward Boomers.
Appreciate everyone watching on youtube.com/Guthrie News, and go into that chat and let us know where you're listening from. It's always cool to listen to where other people are listening to the broadcast. We've had so many states represented on this broadcast.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It's been great. And that's why you started doing it a couple years ago, Chris. Let people that can't make it to the game, have family out of state, they get to enjoy watching their grandchildren or children play ball.
Second down and 16 for the Boomers. They'll stay on the ground with Marlette. He goes across the 30, down to the 25-yard line. Pickup of 3 yards. And so Woodward facing a third down and 14. But the way they look at it, Phil, they got 2 running plays to make up about 14 yards.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that's just a steady dose of what they're doing. I mean, there's going to be nothing fancy here. You know, when they have situations like they did on the last series where they think they can sneak out there and do a little play action pass, then they'll jump out and try that. But I wouldn't expect to see it here.
The ball's at the 25. Woodward needs every bit of the 12-yard line. So third down and 13. Pruitt looks to throw for the second time. Wide open is Marlette on the throw back to the running back. He's at the 20, 15, far side 10, 5, end zone. Woodward. Touchdown. Oh, they're going to call it. Touchdown Boomers. I thought maybe they were going to call him out of bounds, but a little throwback to the running back, Phil, and both teams take advantage of turnovers.
Caught everybody off guard. I wasn't paying attention. I thought it was third down and 3 or 4, Chris. I didn't realize it was third down and 13, but great offensive play call there for Woodward. They did exactly what they had to do. Yep. Got a turnover, turned it into points, ball game on.
Throw back to the tight end. Well-designed play there by Coach Hickson of the Boomers. And now Woodward on for the PAT, trying to tie this game up with 2:57 to play here in the first quarter. Boomers kicking on the right side of your radio dial. Snap, hold, Pruitt's the holder, and it's blocked. It's blocked, and it will be no good on the block punt or on the block extra point. So, score remains 7-6. Blue Jays lead down the 1. 2:57 to play here in the opening quarter. We'll take a timeout. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world.
When it comes to Guthrie Blue Jay Athletics, Hayes Funeral Home is a proud supporter from the first game all the way to the championship game. Along with many years of experience in funeral service, the Hayes family brings compassion and professional service during difficult times. Owners Chuck and Lynette Hayes take pride in providing families and their loved ones quality care. Chuck and Lynette have not only supported families in the Guthrie area for countless years, but have supported Guthrie student athletes succeeding on the playing field and in the classroom. Hayes Funeral Home is located on the corner of Noble and Wentz, or simply give them a call at 405-282-3100.
Boomers take advantage of a Guthrie turnover on special teams. Goes down, scores. We'll have the scoring summary here in just a matter of moments, but luckily for Guthrie, the extra point was blocked.
Yeah. It's again, it seems like defense just keeps making plays for the Blue Jays. All year long they've done it, Chris. And those are the kind of plays that make a difference at the end of ball games.
Boomers still kick left, right, kicking into the wind. Blue Jay return team sets up inside the 30-yard line. It's a sky kick on the near side. It will go out of bounds. Never had a chance there. And so the Blue Jays will take over first down and 10. Real quickly, the Woodward scoring summary. 25-yard touchdown pass. Pruitt to Marlette. 4 plays, 32 yards again off the muff punt there. Took a minute 43 off the clock. So now with 2:57 to play in the first quarter, Guthrie's lead now 7, Woodward 6. That's your John Vance Miller scoring summary.
I looked back down there and I saw Jackson Waddell, Guthrie quarterback, back on the kickoff. I've never seen that. Have you seen that before?
Hands team.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we didn't see CJ back there.
No, we didn't. Of course, I didn't pay attention. CJ might have been moved up, too.
Yeah. The ball went out of bounds at the 46-yard line, so it'll be first down and 10 for the Blue Jays. Marcel Sones, receiver to the far side. Brody Hinkle in the near slot. Kate Gigsberg on the outside of that receiver. Jackson takes that belly. Adams has a first down as he goes across midfield, across the 45 and down at the 43-yard line. 12-yard pickup for Jackson Waddell.
You saw it there, guys. If you're watching at home, you see Jackson Waddell. We've talked about numerous times. Maybe $150 soaking wet. Does not know how to run out of bounds. One of the toughest kids I've ever seen play at Guthrie. Lowers his head, goes in there, moving the pile forward, gets another yard or two at the end of the run.
Did your roster homework. Roster has him at 150.
Well, I just based that on living next to him since he was born. But
first down and 10 from the 44 in Woodward territory. Adams gets the carry all over a right guard, and Justin will move the pile to the 40-yard line. Pick up of 4 yards. Nice play on first down. 2:30, 2:29 to play in the first quarter. Guthrie 7, Woodward 6.
Chris, we talked a little bit earlier about some of the big plays historically over this series, and had a lot of fun over here up the years. I don't think we're going to have that kind of high-scoring game tonight.
No, unlike last week with all those scores. Yeah. Option play, Jackson keeps it, goes across the 40 down near the 36-yard line, and they're going to give him about the 36, so a pickup of about 3-4 yards, and so the Jays will have a third down, and we'll call it about 2 yards to go here. I think this is 4-down territory.
4-down territory, unless Coach Beebe says we got that tailwind. Trot the kid out there. Let's see what we can do. Have a little fun here. But I think you're right. I would assume it's 4-down territory.
3 receiver set. Third down and 3. Jackson's going to run with it on a lead play. He has the edge in the first down. He's at the 30 and down inside the 25-yard line. Fumbles the football, but it was caused by the ground at the 24-yard line. And the Blue Jays will move the chains with 91 seconds to play in the first.
We've seen this all year. The Blue Jay receivers have been doing a great job getting downfield and making great blocks to spring these nice plays for the Jays. I know Coach Rick Michoud loves seeing that, does a great job working with our skinny linemen out there.
128 in rolling. Blue Jays break huddle. 3 receiver formation. Tight end on the left side. That's Talik Jackson
Adams on the left of Jackson. Jackson will hand it off to Justin, up the middle, across the 20, and down at the 18-yard line. 6 quality yards there on first down, as the next snap will be under a minute to play in the first.
You know, offensive line for the Blue Jays doing a phenomenal job right now, opening up these huge holes for Adams, for Jackson, for whoever happens to be touching the ball, really controlling the line of scrimmage right now for the Blue Jays.
Dylan Dollar on that left side next to Talik Jackson on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Pretty good tandem right there. 2nd down and 4. Brody Hinkle in the motion, left to right, and a flag thrown. Of course, at the left guard, number 58 for the Blue Jays. Don't want to forget him, Justin Ergang. Of course, right in the middle of the offensive line, Johnny Scroggins, the 280-pound junior. Right guard and right tackle, 62, Trenton Scannell. And was that big 68? Make sure I got the right guy in there. That's 58. 58. No, I'm looking for a right guard. I need a break huddle. I need a right guard next to a big 62 Scannell. Is that Ergang over there?
I think that's Ergang.
Okay. Okay, now I know who I'm missing. It's 56. Is that who I'm missing?
Yeah.
Did I mention Parker Rainey?
You didn't.
All right, that's who I'm missing. 2nd down and 9. Jackson takes out a belly, runs on the right side. He'll get down to the 20-yard line, pick up 3 yards. 3rd down and 6. Blue Jays do not need to take another snap if they don't want to. 15 seconds in the first quarter. Looks like they will be content to wait until the second quarter. First quarter in the books. Guthrie 7, Woodward 6. We'll take a timeout, come back with second quarter action. You're listening to Guthrie Blue Jay football on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI.
Sonic has every slush flavor someone could ever want.
This is basically slush headquarters.
Where sour blue raspberry plans world domination.
Well, not if Lemonberry has anything to say about it.
Oh, Lemonberry, you're already sour. Come to the sour side.
Never. I'll never join you.
Refreshment just got colorful with new slush flavors like blue raspberry made with Nerds candy. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop.
Sonic at I-35 and Highway 33.
This is how you Sonic.
What a great time of year. Blue Jay football, tailgating, bands, fans cheering, and the excitement that comes with America's favorite sport. At John Vance Auto Group in Guthrie, we're excited about our huge selection of new Fords, GMC, Cadillac, Buick, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, each competitively priced and with a free lifetime powertrain guarantee. Come see us or shop us at vanceautogroup.com.
John Vance Auto Group, it's all true.
I-35 exit 153 in Guthrie.
John Vance Auto Group.
Woodward, Oklahoma. Braden Russell, Kel Evans, Craig Fleck, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI as we get set for second quarter action. Blue Jays on their opening drive after a Woodward fumble went on to get into the end zone. 24-yard touchdown pass by Waddell to Marcellus Owens for a 7-0 lead, but then Blue Jays muff a punt. Woodward had it inside the Guthrie 35-yard line. They go in and score. The extra point, though, was blocked, and that's how we get to the 7-6 score as we get set for second quarter action. Blue Jays now moving left to right on your radio dial. They have 3 receivers in this formation. Talik Jackson in at tight end on the left side. Jackson Waddell. 3rd down and 7 to begin the second. Jackson rolls to the right side. Plants, has Brody Hinkle wide open, caught inside the 10 to the 5. Reaches for the end zone. Is he in? He is. Touchdown, Brody Hinkle. Jackson Waddell, second passing touchdown of the night.
Well, and again, talked about all these senior players. Brody Hinkle, one of those as well, having an outstanding senior campaign. One of the things I love to see there, great block by Marcellus Owens downfield for his teammate. Very, very excited. One of the first guys to compliment Marcellus Owens,
yes.
And I'm just that maturity level this year that Marcellus has shown has just been so valuable for the Blue Jays. Great job.
Well, the Blue Jays say they had that win, ain't that too bad, as they're going into the win here in the second quarter. On for the extra point is David Vargas, trying to make it a 14-6 ball game. Extra point up, and it is good. Jays, 8 seconds into the second quarter, have a touchdown. They now lead Woodward by a score of 14-6. Timeout in Boomer Country. This is Blue Jay football.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Bluejay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
Bluejays, 46 yards in 7 plays, 21-yard touchdown pass. Jackson Waddell to Brody Hinkle. That is your John Vance Motors scoring summary. John Vance Motors, where it's comfortable to buy a truck. 11:52 to play until halftime. Bluejays with an 8-point lead now, 14-6.
Yeah, it's going to make Coach Scott Mick, offensive coordinator, associate head coach Scott Mick, very, very happy.
2 passing scores for Jackson, and now Jackson will have to hold the football for David Vargas at the 40-yard line because of that strong wind. See how strong David's leg really is into that wind. It's an end-over-end kick, and it's still fielded inside the 10. We'll call it the 8-yard line. The return quickly out to the 20 and down at the 21-yard line. Nice open field tackle there by Josh Raines, the sophomore, as he gets some high fives from his defensive squad who comes onto the field to try to attack this Boomer running game.
Of course, Josh is one of those outstanding underclassmen, starting linebacker for the Blue Jays on defense as a sophomore, and very, very important special teams player. But once in a while, you'll see him on the offensive side of the ball carrying the football. I think over the next couple of years, you'll probably see him back there more and more. But a great job, as you said. Great open field tackle by Josh.
Carl Albert, 21, Northwest Classen 0. McGinnis, 28, Guyman 0. First down and 10 for the Boomers. They'll go to the toss play to the running back on the left side. Tripped up in the backfield. Was that
Cale Kaufman?
Yeah, Cale Kaufman, Blue Jay number 6. It is a pickup of about 3 yards and about 2 yards. So it'll be second down and 8 upcoming.
Cale did a great job. Had a guy engaged with him, blocking him head up, shedded the block, made a great play. Just the way you draw it up.
Absolutely. Altus hosting Noble tonight. Altus out to a 19-0 lead over the Noble Bears. And El Reno, the Ardmore Tigers, a big victory last week over Altus. Ardmore 7, El Reno 7.
I think that ball game is going to tell us a lot about where El Reno really is, and looks good so far for the
Second
Indians.
Down and 9. Play run here by Alexander on the left side, getting up to about the 29-yard line. And so the Boomers need the 32. We'll call it third down and 3 upcoming in this heavy run offense here. They've attempted 2 passes. Both of them have been incomplete.
Well, Coach Hickson does a great job setting that stuff up, and I mean, he could definitely pop a pass here. There's no doubt. I think we'll see a run though.
Correct that. 1 of 3 passing. How can I forget the passing touchdown as the Blue Jay defense stands up the running game this time. Phil does not get to the 30-yard line, and so it's going to be 4th down and 2 as numerous Blue Jays are in on that play.
Yeah, Blue Jays bowed their neck there, said not now, not ever, and just flat shut the play down. I think we'll definitely see a punt here.
If so, it would be the second consecutive punt here. Boomers with 4 drives, 1 resulting in a touchdown.
Well, maybe not.
It's 4th down and 2. Dangerous here if you don't get it. Don't jump off sides. 15 on the play clock. 10 minutes to play till halftime. Pruitt under center. Don't jump. They do snap it. They go straight forward, and they will definitely have the first down as he's still going across the 35 and down at the 37-yard line. Gutsy play call there by Coach Hickson.
Well, the bottom line is our defensive line just got flat blown off the ball there. One of those deals, how big of an old boy are you? Who wants it a little worse right now? And in that play, it was Woodward, no doubt.
Well, I was kind of surprised they snapped the football. I mean, that's a big call in your own territory, down 8 points in the first half.
Yeah, that also says a lot about Coach Hickson, where he thinks what they need to do to get a win tonight.
Absolutely. Well, you can go for it anywhere, almost on the field tonight then, with that philosophy. First down 10, toss goes to Marlette, and he's hit by David Scott. Holds him up for a couple teammates to come over. tackled at the 38-yard line. Maybe a pickup of 1 yard. It'd be 2nd down and 9, but David Scott met him face mask to face mask.
David's going to win most of those. If you go face up with David, he's going to win 9 times out of 10, whoever he's going up against. Big, strong, athletic kid.
6-8-2 action, so Pulpa leads Muskogee 28-13. Deer Creek and Del City tied 6-6 in the second quarter.
That's surprising.
Stillwater and Chawtall. Stillwater trying to remain undefeated. They have a 7-7 ball game. 2nd down and 9 for the Boomers. Pruitt with a quick pass, and it's dropped. It was kind of below the knee. Feels going to be a tough catch there for that intended receiver. It's dropped, though. And now here you go. Now you're really 3rd down and 9. You run it twice to try to get the first down here? Or?
I mean, at this point, anything's possible with what we've seen so far. I mean, they could draw about anything up, and that's part of the game plan, I'm sure, for the Boomers. I mean, they've got to kind of try everything to get out of here tonight with a win.
Hope to get 4 or 5 yards here on 3rd down and hope for the best. Pruitt will throw for it 2nd time in a row. Nobody's open, still throws it downfield, and it's almost intercepted by J.D. Kuhnfield inside the 45-yard line. And now it's 4th down and 9, and here comes the punting team for Woodward onto the field. 8:46 play till halftime. Guthrie 14, Woodward 6.
I got to tell you, J.D., I mean, he wants that one back so badly. I mean, because that hit him
pretty greedy now.
hit him right in the hands, though.
Yeah, it did.
Very well should have had that, but I know he'd love to have that interception for the year. He's had a tremendous year. Tremendous year.
James Daniel,
what a great name.
J.D. for sure. Also a great cross-country runner. When the Blue Jay cross-country team get him out there. 4th down and 9. C.J. and Marcellus back inside the 35. And the punt is blocked, and it goes out of bounds in the Woodward bench.
36.
Was it Campbell Leach?
It
was Campbell Leach. And so Guthrie has a block punt and a block extra point in this game.
Campbell got off that snap so quickly, I thought he jumped off sides initially. I'm looking for a flag on the play. Just a tremendous effort by Campbell Leach.
Gives the Blue Jays tremendous field position as the official will mark it at the Woodward 44-yard line. 1st down and 10. Again, Guthrie going into the wind, left to right on the radio dial. 3 receivers to the far side. Talik, Brody, and Cade. Marcellus, the single receiver on the near side. Shotgun formation. Jackson takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Kel Kaufman on the right side. He runs hard across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. And it's a pickup of about 5 yards as Kel runs so hard with the football.
One of those kids plays with a lot of emotion. We were laughing. We thought he blew his knee out 3 weeks ago after an interception. He gets so excited, but he sure is a lot of fun to watch. Very passionate kid on the field.
Jinx leads Union 10-6. Edmond Santa Fe leads Enid 20-0. Broken Arrow leads Westmore 14-0. That in the first quarter. 2nd down and 5 for the Blue Jays from the 38. Jackson will keep this one. He's going to be hit for a loss. He'll be down at the 41-yard line. Loss of 3 yards. So Guthrie will have it at the 41. They will need the 33-yard line for a 1st down.
Yeah, real quick, want to give a shout-out to Jackson Picklesheimer. Jackson's having a great 7th grade campaign for Mustang. Good friend of mine's son. I love getting those highlights of Jackson, doing a great job. Mustang's got a lot of young talent coming up. It's going to be fun to watch those kids. We just wanted to say hi to Jackson tonight.
Absolutely. Appreciate everyone tuning us in here on the radio broadcast, 93.7 FM, KSBA, also on our YouTube page. The video broadcast. 3rd down and 7 from the 41-yard line. Marcellus was the receiver, now lines up in the slot. Jackson, again with time, has time, throws it, and it's going to be over the head of Marcellus Owens. No flag on the play at the 20-yard line. Might have been uncatchable maybe there, as the officials thinking here. And so what do you do here, Phil? Do you go for it on 4th down here? And, Woodward, give it back, Woodward the ball right back where they were. Do you play field position?
Looks like we're going to punt and play some field position. I think that's probably the smart play.
David Vargas punting into the wind, so you probably give his normal punt and let the wind knock it down a little bit. Try to get the Boomers inside the 10-yard line. His own 47-yard line. Boomer returnment inside his 10. Good snap. David angles this one on the right side. It will bounce at the 11 and go out of bounds at the 11-yard line. So Boomers will have a 1st down and 10. And that's probably the right thinking, as you said, Phil, because Woodward, a run-dominant team, has to go 90 yards.
Well, it's the game within the game, right? I mean, field position's key. We're up on the scoreboard. You know, and that's why we actually saw Coach Hickson do what he did the last time. You know, when he went for it on first down, some people would say, well, why did he come back and not go for it again? Well, because he was trying to get better field position for his club, and that's, you know, it's the game within the game.
And it was also 4th down and 9. They're a lot more comfortable 4th down 2, 4th down 3.
Yep.
No scenarios. 14-6, Guthrie on top of the Woodward Boomers here with 7:13 to play until the Golden Chick halftime show.
Golden Chick.
Pruitt under center. Pruitt will toss it to Marlette. He'll go run over center, and he'll get to the 15-yard line. A run of 4 yards on first down. Next snap will be under the 7-minute mark. David Scott. I believe that's who it was on the tackle. Bluejays return home next week when they entertain the 2-time state champion Carl Albert Titans.
Should be a heck of a ball game.
Bluejays trying to go 6-0. We know the Titans will be 6-0. They have an easy time of it this week in 5A2. Toss goes to Marlette, and he's hit. Who got him on the side? Campbell Leach. That's the second tackle for Campbell Leach, I think, in a row. Him and David Scott was in the area last time, but Campbell Leach cleaned that one up at the 15-yard line. No pickup, and now here's Woodward uncomfortable, 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, we've talked about Campbell all year. I think he's one of the finest defensive ends in the state of Oklahoma in 5A football. So quick, so explosive, got that high engine, just never slows down. A lot of fun to watch. Really going to miss Campbell next year for the Jays on the defensive side of the ball.
Midway point of the second quarter, 3rd down and 6 from the 15. A little reverse here, and the Blue Jays are not fooled as Kel Kaufman will have the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Josh Raines wasn't fooled either. Caden Ballard-Stevenson was making their way there. A loss on a play back to the 14. Well-disciplined football there by the Blue Jay defense.
Yeah, stayed at home, played their assignment football, and that's what happens when you do it right. You play it like it's drawn up, things work out well.
Punt formation for the Boomers, so back deep for Guthrie, Marcellus, and CJ. Boomers will have the wind behind their back. The punter will be at his own 3-yard line. It's a good snap. There's a flag down. It's 4th down and 7, so
Jays.
Offsides here, I think is going to be the call. We'll see. It was a great punt, by the way. It's down at the 1-yard line. See the ball? It got down at the 1.
Holy smokes.
It's not going to count.
Well, you ought to. Well, they can't because they stopped the play, right?
The punter's like, can we just take it? It's at the 1.
I think that's what Coach Hicks is probably saying, too. We'd like that right there, please.
Of course, everyone stopped.
Goodness gracious, that's an 80-yard putt with the wind.
With the wind and the roll. Did I miss the official call? Is it officially offside?
It was,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It was.
Make it 4th down and 2, so.
Probably going to see him go for it here.
Boy, I'd keep my punt team.
I would too.
I mean, this is at the 19.
Yeah.
You're down 1 score. You want to be down 2 scores.
Well, they're going
before
for
halftime. I think the punter lines up there and he backs up.
Okay. All right.
And he'll back up inside his 10-yard line at the 8. It's a good snap. He fumbles the snap, though, and he's going to be hit for a loss at the 10-yard line. Campbell Leach with another tackle on special teams, and the Blue Jays are going to have it 1st and goal. It was a good snap, Phil, but the punter simply dropped the ball as he went to release the ball to punt it.
I think what happens, they've had a lot of pressure all night. You get a little antsy. You got to get away, get the punt away quickly. You're looking, seeing who's coming at you instead of just getting the punt away.
They're coming.
Yeah, and that's what definitely happened. So Campbell Leach off to one heck of a ball game tonight.
Campbell Leach, 2 tackles on that one defensive stand there, then comes in with the
block,
with the tackle on the punter.
Yep.
1st and goal for the Blue Jays, just inside the 10-yard line. 3 receiver set. Now we see CJ in the backfield. Brody in the motion, right to left. Jackson takes the snap, gives it off to CJ. Still moving left, cuts it to the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Jays. CJ Ward from 9 yards out.
So darn quick, and of course it drives everybody crazy. We all wish CJ would put his toe in the ground and go north and south a little bit more, but you've seen it right there. He was just looking, waiting, saw the seam, hit it with that explosive speed in the end zone for 6 points.
We've seen Adams run, we've seen Kel Kaufman run, now we see CJ run. Of course, Jackson, the quarterback, runs as well. 4 different runner tonight. And CJ, 1 touchdown. Pretty good ratio there with 5:08 until halftime. Guthrie 20, Woodward 6. Jay's trying to tack on that extra point. Vargas Kick is up, and it is good. Jays on top of Woodward now by a score 21-6, 5:08 until halftime. Timeout from Woodward. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football.
It's a beautiful day to introduce people to the golden goodness of Golden Chick. So this is your first time you've had Golden Chick. What do you think? Absolutely delicious. These are 100% tenderloin, no mystery meat.
I love them. They're so juicy and tender.
How long do you think it takes to marinate a perfect piece of chicken?
Probably
20 minutes.
Yeah, about 20. An hour?
What if I told you 24 hours? Wow. I feel like one of those infomercial guys. But wait, there's more time marinating the chicken. One taste, and you're golden. I need this pack.
Hello, Blue Jay family. I'm Pastor Hetty. I want to invite you to North Church Guthrie, where you can expect fun, Bible-centered kids and student ministries, life-giving groups, engaging worship, and powerful messages. I would love to see you and your family at North Church Guthrie this Sunday at 9:30 or 11 a.m. at Guthrie Upper Elementary School, where our vision is to love God, love people, and follow Jesus. And remember, God loves you, and go win.
Blue Jays finding different ways to score here tonight, and the offense has been set up so perfect here tonight, whether it's tackling the punter or blocking punts or getting a fumble recovery. The defense, special teams has set up the offense, and we'll get to the latest scoring drive here by the Blue Jays. Didn't take long as David Vargas kicks into the win. It's received at the 7-yard line. Here's a return on the far side out to the 20-yard line, out to the 25 and down at the 27-yard line. Is that Gooseby on the tackle?
Yes.
It is a tackle there by Gooseby. Blue Jays scoring summary, one play, 9 yards. It was C.J. Ward. Took him 6 seconds to get into the end zone. Blue Jays now with a 21-6 lead, 5 minutes to play until halftime. That's your latest John Vance Motors scoring summary. John Vance Motors, where it's comfortable to buy a truck. Braden Russell, Kel Evans, Craig Flick, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you here in Woodward, Oklahoma. About 130 miles to get here, and a pretty easy drive, though. I mean, outside the flat tire. But,
Right.
You know, there weren't too many semis or tractors on the secondary roads here tonight. First down and 10, toss goes to Marlette, trying to get the right side in front of the Guthrie bench. Here's a flag as Marlette goes across the 30 to the 31, and this one likely coming back as usually in the area of hold. When he made his cut is when the flag came in. And so now if you're Guthrie, Phil, you got 3 timeouts left here. Get a defensive stand and try to go score one more time.
Yeah, there's no doubt that's definitely what the Blue Jays are wanting to do, put 7 more up on the board before you go in at halftime and give yourself. One thing I do want to say, we're pulled over on the side, working on the truck.
Yes.
We look up. Here comes Blue Jay bus number 1. They wave. Here comes Blue Jay bus number 2. They wave. They had a lot of confidence in us, Chris. They just knew they didn't have to stop.
I said, Phil, don't worry. They're going to come back.
Yeah, we'd still be waiting, Chris.
Yeah. They'll go back about 10:30 tonight probably and go back to the scene. But, luckily it just came out of nowhere. And, by the way, I got those tires about a month ago, and Craig and we heard it pop, and I looked. I know I didn't run anything over big or anything, right. And then I see my tire pressure on my odometer going down, 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 down. I was like, oh, boy.
I was taking my afternoon nap, so I didn't hear it. So
first down and 18 for the Boomers. Pruitt to throw on first down. Pressure as he throws it, and it's almost intercepted by CJ at the 35-yard line as he simply just stepped in front of the intended receiver, dropped the ball incomplete.
He makes the catch. That's 6 for the Blue Jays. There's nothing but grass in front of number 26. Unquestionably the fastest kid down there on the field. So just one of those deals. You're running before you catch it. Got to catch it before you can run, Chris.
Woodward fumbled it on their opening drive. Blue Jay defense has now turned over their opponent 20 times this season. It's led directly to 9 points, and there's probably been 3 or 4 offensive drives they've scored off of turnovers.
Right. This unbelievable stat.
Second down and 18. Ball marked at the 18-yard line. Obviously, the Boomers need the 36. Pruitt, little reverse type play here now. Double reverse pass. Has a man wide open, and it's caught at the 46-yard line into Guthrie territory. CJ trying to wrestle him down. He does at the 40-yard line. And it takes a trickery play for the Boomers to have their biggest play of the night.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is what happens. You bite on that run. You're coming up to give run support, and then you turn around, you got a kid 15 yards behind you, halfback pass. This is what happens. So you got to stay committed to that assignment defense when you're out there.
42-yard play for the Boomers, and now time is on their side with 4:35 and rolling to play until halftime. They'll have it at the Guthrie 39-yard line. Pruitt in shotgun this time, hands it off to Marlette. Campbell Leach with the tackle after a 1-yard pickup. 2nd down and 9 upcoming. So shotgun snap there in the single wing formation. Boomers will trot out number 30 onto the field. Nash Hunter, 5'9", freshman, 218 pounds.
He's all there, as we'd say.
He is, yeah. 4:02, 4:01 to play till halftime. Guthrie up 15 points, 21-6. Marcellus Owens with the touchdown. Brody Hinkle with the touchdown. C.J. Ward with the touchdown for the Jays. 2nd down and 9 again from the 38-yard line. Ball's on that far hash mark in front of the Guthrie bench. They toss it. Marlette will run on the right side, cuts it, and he'll get down near the 35-yard line. Pick up about 3, so we're looking at 3rd down and 6. Obviously, 4-down territory for them.
Yeah, no question. They're going to need to get 6 points on the board before we head into halftime. And whole different feel. Of course, Blue Jays will receive the ball, start the second half, and coach is obviously thinking about that as well.
Stay tuned. Golden Chick Halftime Show. We'll have scores from the state of Oklahoma. We'll also have the first half stats of this game here in Woodward, Oklahoma. 3rd down and 6 from the 36. Pruitt went to throw the football. He fumbles the football. Was it a forward pass? No, it's a turnover. I guess he lost the ball before his arm went forward as he was going to go with a quick pass, lost the football, and Guthrie comes up with the 21st turnover of the year.
Unbelievable. Just simply unbelievable.
Now 3:02 to go until halftime, and we'll have to go back on YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can always rewind it, look back, and kind of let us know, make a comment in the sections if his arm was going forward, if he lost it going up. One of the cool features here we have. 1st down and 10, Blue Jay offense on the field at the 36-yard line. 3 receiver set. Jackson hands it off to Justin, and Justin will get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10, clock moving.
Got to believe the Blue Jays and Scott Mick are going to pull something up here.
Still got plenty of time, still got all of your timeouts as well.
You got all the plays in your playbook at your disposal. You got big number 12 waiting to see him be a part of the play or part of the game tonight.
Marcellus has a catch, and Brody has a catch.
Yep.
Talik's still looking for his first catch.
Big 6'5", big-bodied kid.
Brody, Marcellus, Cade, and Talik, the receivers in his formation. 2nd down and 10. Jackson rolls to the near side. Looking, now goes backwards. And he's going to have to run for this one, and he's going to be hit for a loss back at the 30-yard line. About a 6-yard loss, and that's going to set up 3rd down and 16. Clock stops with 2:16 to play first half.
And of course, you get in situations like that, you're trying to make a play, but I'm going to tell you something. If you don't have 4.4 speed, that's not going to work out for you when you try to do that. I mean, just no support, no blocks out in front of you. Tough situation to put yourself in.
It looked like the receivers were covered up downfield, so you got to give the team credit sometimes.
Oh, no doubt, covered up. But my point is you
going against the grain.
You don't go against the grain. You just lower your head and try to get what you can and go huddle up. I mean, it's tough to go back against the grain.
Sophomore Jackson.
Inside
joke. 3rd down and 15. Jackson looking to throw. Has a man, C.J. Ward caught at the 45, breaks the tackle midfield. He's at the 40, 35, 30. He's going to run away from the Boomers. He's at the 10, 5, touchdown, Blue Jays, 69 yards, no flags on the play.
And there we have senior Jackson Waddell.
What a great pass there by Jackson Waddell. C.J. saw it all the way in. C.J. with his 2nd touchdown of the night. 1 rushing for 9 yards and now a 69-yard reception.
And he was covered very, very well. So great pass by Jackson. Great catch by C.J. Then C.J. puts an outstanding move on the young man who was in great position to make a tackle. Golden goalpost. See you later.
27-6. David Vargas trying to make it a 28-6 ball game. 2:04 left until halftime. Vargas kicking on the right side of your radio dial. Snap, hold, kick. Up, and good. Blue Jays now with a 28-6 lead. 2:04 left until the Golden Chick halftime show. Timeout in Woodward. This is Blue Jay football on Hot 93.7 FM, KSBI.
Have you heard the big news here in Guthrie? You know that Guthrie Tag Agency is your local source for all your vehicles, boats, ATVs, trailers, titles, registrations, and of course driver's license renewals and replacements. But now, the Guthrie Tag Agency helps with driver's road test. That's right, take your road test right here in Guthrie. No more trips to Edmond or Stillwater or Enid. Call and schedule your appointment at 282-3873. Guthrie Tag Agency, open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 9 to noon.
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
DJ Ward into the end zone. Blue Jays go 65 yards in 3 plays. 69-yard touchdown pass. Jackson Waddell to CJ Ward. 58 seconds off the game clock. 2:04 to left until halftime. Guthrie 28, Woodward 6. John Vance Motor scoring summary where it's comfortable to buy a truck.
Or car.
Or van.
Or
Vargas
SUV.
kick, left to right on your radio dial. Fielded at the 5, fumbled, picked up at the 7. Here's the return to the 10, angling to the right side across the 15 and down at the 20-yard line. 80 yards to go for the Woodward Boomers. They look at the game clock to our right. It says Woodward Boomers, Boomer Stadium. It shows 1:57 to play in the first half. Guthrie's had the lead the entire night, jumped out to a 7-0 lead, 7-6 lead, and now have scored 21 unanswered points to have that 28-6 advantage.
Kind of feels like the Guthrie, I mean, I know the score we're kind of pulling away, but it seems closer than that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it feels like Guthrie's in complete control. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I mean,
no doubt. It's big plays for one, and it's turnovers for Woodward.
Right.
Guthrie's had great field position for majority of this night. Boomers will have it on the far hash mark in front of that Guthrie bench at the 20-yard line. First down and 10. Halfback on the left side. Pruitt angles to the left side. There's a flag thrown. Now it goes back and will be hit. Fumbles the football. Turvey Williams knocked it loose at the 23-yard line. Guthrie says they have it, and they do. Third turnover for the Boomers. 22nd on the season. A holding penalty will be declined. Blue Jay football inside the 20.
Unbelievable, Chris. I mean, I don't know. You really run out of things to say. I mean, it's just crazy.
Now it's like, well, there's a turnover. Wow, Guthrie didn't score on the turnover. Huh? I guess the offense will have to score now.
What? No scoop and score?
Yeah, no pick six? What's going on here? Wow, Turvey Williams knocked it loose. It was going to be a loss on the play. David Scott on the recovery, and now the Jays can add to this lead here in western Oklahoma with 1:47 to play until halftime. Cade, Brody, Talik on the far side as receivers. Marcellus down low by himself, one-on-one coverage. See if the Jays go for the home run here. Nope, Jackson runs it on a counter play across the 15 to the 10 and down inside the 5-yard line. 14 yards for the senior running quarterback. It's first and goal at the 4.
Yeah, Jackson, as we said, he runs so hard too, especially for a small frame. He runs a lot bigger than he is, and it showed there. It finishes every run.
Officially 20 yards on the run for Jackson. Again, ball spotted just inside the near hash mark at the 4-yard line. First and goal. Tully Jackson tied in on the left side. 3 receivers. See if Justin Adams can get into the end zone for his first score. He'll get the call up the middle, moving, powering, and he'll get down to the 2.5-yard line. They'll bring up second down and go. Clock running. 1:14, 1:13 until halftime. Still plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time for the
Don't
Blue
need
Jays.
a rush or anything.
Nope, do whatever they want to do here.
You can run it a few more times and not even have to use a timeout. Now you might want to make sure you're lined up and everyone's on the same page. But, again, no hurry here. Blue Jays will huddle as we go on our minute to play in the second quarter. 15 seconds on the play clock. I think Guthrie might spend a timeout here. We'll see.
Yeah, could have to.
Jays break huddle with 10 seconds on the play clock. Down to 5 seconds. Down to 3 seconds. Jackson will take the snap, hands it off to Justin, up the middle and down at the 1.5-yard line. And Guthrie calls the first timeout with 35 seconds to play until halftime. So it'll be third down and goal when play resumes here. And this is a good time here, Phil, to when we play the commercials, the sponsors, you hear them throughout the broadcast, you hear their commercial. I invite everybody who hears any of these commercials to thank these people for allowing us to drive to Woodward and setting up all this equipment here so people don't have to make 2.5-hour drives up there. A lot of people can't get off work in time to get to Woodward, but these sponsors make that possible.
Yeah, they make it possible, and they do such a good job supporting not just our endeavors here, but everything. I mean, you see a lot of similar names out there, Chris. Your John Vance's, your Eskridge Motors, your Mercy's, just
Nelson
Monument, Terra Insure Group,
Hayes Funeral Home.
I mean, it's just incredibly lucky to have all those folks be part of the Guthrie Blue Jay family. And like you said, if it wasn't for them, none of us could do this. We couldn't have fun like this every Friday night.
Absolutely. It's their broadcast. We just get to have the fun part of it. We're set to resume action here. It's 3rd down and goal for the Blue Jays. Ball marked at the 2-yard line. And the Blue Jays will go with the pistol formation. Josh Raines, the pistol back. 2 receivers on the near side. Now Brody goes into motion right to left. Hand off to Raines, trying to get it to the edge. Goes backwards at the 9. There's a flag thrown. Does not get into the end zone. Clock stops at 28 seconds, but the flag thrown by the referee, Phil, at the 5 looks like in the area of a hold.
Yeah, not what you'd want to see if you're a Blue Jay fan right now. I mean, set up perfectly for you to come in and get 7 more points. Kind of doing everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen. I would expect we'll probably see David Vargas out here.
Yeah, of course, they'll replay 3rd down here. If you don't get into the end zone, despite that win, Phil, David Vargas very capable of making a field goal if it comes to that.
Yeah, right. And I think you're correct. We're going to get 3rd down played again, but man, oh man, I tell you, just keep shooting yourself in the foot with these silly penalties. Yeah. That's the stuff, again, no matter what the scoreboard, that drives coaches absolutely crazy.
So the penalty will move it all the way back to the 15-yard line. So it's 3rd down and goal. So if Guthrie doesn't get any yards here, it would be about a 32-yard field goal attempt, if needed, on the next play into the wind. See if Guthrie can get 10, 15 yards. Obviously, they want a touchdown here, but you get 10 yards, get yourself in a better field goal situation here. Josh Raines remains in the backfield with Jackson Waddell. 3-receiver set. Marcellus Owens in the slot on the near side. Jackson wants Marcellus, throws it up. Double coverage. Marcellus unable to bring it down. No flag. Good pass there by Jackson. Only Marcellus could come down with it. It was good coverage. And so 4th down and goal coming. 22 seconds left. And now bring on Vargas for a 32-yard field goal into the wind, or do you go for it here?
Well,
there's hesitation right now.
There is hesitation.
I think they're.
I mean, that wind's flat blowing, so.
I think Coach Beebe wants some time to think about this. And we'll let this play clock go down to 2 or 1 and then call timeout. Having about another 30 seconds to decide what he wants to do. Right now he's telling Coach Michoud, can he make it?
Yeah.
Can he make it?
Yeah. And Coach Michoud's going to guess. But I can promise you what Coach Michoud's going to say is, he can make it all day long. And that's what we think as well. We definitely know the kid has the leg, but Flecky just whispered in our ear, a lot of bad things can happen on field goals too. I mean, so there's a lot to consider.
So Guthrie does spin a timeout here. 22.7 seconds left until the Golden Chick halftime show. Guthrie 28, Woodward 6. Good shot there, that Guthrie huddle. Braden Russell on the camera tonight, and glad she's been a part of the team this year. Kel Evans rejoined us once again this year.
Is he done doing kid stuff? Is it time to grow up?
Well, he does road games.
Oh, I know. Believe me.
It's the home games.
I know. We're just,
And tonight, we usually have multiple cameras. We're hoping in the future to very soon have 3 cameras. But when we have room, we always have 2 cameras. But due to space here in our press box, it is shoulder to shoulder here.
Good thing we all like each other. That's all I can say.
Only 1 camera tonight. So it's at the 15-yard line. Indeed, here is David Vargas. And indeed, it will be a 32-yard field goal attempt. The ball's at a perfect spot just inside that far hash mark for David Vargas. 32-yard field goal attempt. He's been pretty good all year. Into the wind, but he's got plenty of leg enough to get there. Snap, hold, both of them perfect. The leg is plenty long enough. And, it would have been good from 40. 45 yards. David Vargas adds the 32-yard field goal onto the scoreboard. Now your score, Guthrie 31, Woodward 6, and Woodward fans are going, all right, field goal. Oh, wow, that's That's good.
Yeah.
They didn't score, but now they play defense, they play offense, and now they're kickers kicking 32-yard field goals, which would have been good from 45.
Into a 30-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing. The kids, we've said it so many times, I really hope he gets a chance to play somewhere after high school because he's got the leg strength, and I think he will. I think he'll get an opportunity to play somewhere later on, and a great kid, as we like to joke, big kid, but he informs all of us, I kicked the ball.
and the thing with David, not to jinx him or anything, but on his extra points and field goals, of course you don't know what's going to happen as it goes in, but after the fact you can go, I know it's going to be good. Is it going to be down the center? Is it going to be left center, right center?
Right.
I mean, most of his kicks are straight on.
Very accurate kicker and a great kid. Great kid.
I'm sure we'll expect a squib kick here with 17.6 seconds. Don't want to chance any big return here. And Woodward, of course, when I say big returns, it always takes me back to the 2007 football game
track
here.
meet broke out during the football game.
When Woodward kicked off, which was not very often, it usually resulted in touchdowns. There's that squib kick, filled it at the 30-yard line, clock moving. Here's the return, and it's going to get out to the 33-yard line at best. And clock stops with 11 seconds here. We'll see if Woodward just takes a knee and get into that golden chick halftime locker room.
Kind of went the way you've thought so far in the first half, Chris?
Yeah, I didn't know how Woodward was going to be able to run the football.
Right.
I know our offense was going to be able to move the football against the defense, but and the offense has been set up wonderfully all night long by the defense and special teams. Latest John Vance Motor scoring summary, a field goal of 32 yards by David Vargas. Guthrie had it at the 9-yard line. Couldn't cap in on a touchdown, but did get the field goal after 4 plays and 90 seconds off the game clock. So with 11 seconds left till halftime, Guthrie 31, Woodward 6. That's your John Vance Motors scoring summary, and there's a toss to Marlette. Final play of the first half. It goes to the 35-yard line, pick up of 3 yards. Well, Phil, first half in the books, all Bluejays 31-6.
Yeah, I mean, kind of what we expected. I think that this coming out, the defense continues with unbelievable efforts, forcing turnovers left and right, making big plays on punts, kind of doing everything we'd hoped they'd do.
Bluejays dominate the first half here in Western Oklahoma. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, it's the Golden Chick halftime show. Your score, Guthrie 31, Woodward 6. This is Blue Jay football on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI.
Linda here with Jim and our Red River Roofing crew. You've known us for 16 years of quality roofing services, and we are also proud installers of Diamond Coat pre-finished siding.
This quality wood siding product is scratch resistant, comes in custom color option, and will actually increase your home's resale value.
With a 30-year no-fade warranty, this siding is sure.
When garage door problems occur, don't call a kind of service company or maybe a repair guy. Call Paul Creed at A-Team Overhead Door. Paul owns and operates his company and has over 15 years of experience in residential and commercial overhead door service. Paul provides all garage door services from repairs to installations. With free estimates, Paul will work with you to decide the best possible solution for your garage door or opener problems. Call A-Team Overhead Door today, 405-642-7065.
This is Craig Fleck. Stay tuned after the break. Phil Nichols will join me for first half stats and more on the Golden Chick Halftime Show.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
Yes, indeed. Welcome inside the Golden Chick Halftime Show. So glad to have you on board on this Friday night. Daryl Jones back in our Stillwater studio. Braden Russell, Kel Evans, Phil Nichols, Craig Fleck joins me now. I'm Chris Evans. Blue Jays in the locker room on top of the Woodward Boomers by a score of 31-6. It's so crowded in this Woodward press box that we gave Phil, Braden, and Kel a little halftime break themselves as Craig now joins me here. We'll take a look at some stats here in a little bit. But, Woodward, what was that? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just wondering if you were leaving the picture-in-picture on there.
Oh, no, thank you. See, that's Phil's job, and I didn't do that. So, but always a fun time up here in Woodward, Craig, and the drive. Now that we have Guyman in our district, doesn't feel as bad, but it's not a bad drive up here to Woodward.
No, I lived up here for a while and made the drive quite a lot. I think I drove back every weekend. Every Saturday night when I was done, I'd drive back to Guthrie and hang out. It's about a 2-hour drive, right at about 2 hours, and that's about where you're at when you drive, and then it's another 2 hours to Guyman, of course, from here. So about 4 hours from Guthrie to get out to Guyman. But yeah, it's about 2 hours flat, and if you take the 270 down to 33, and pretty easy little drive, not a lot of traffic usually, but you get to go through some nice little towns: Watonga, Sealing, Kingfisher. That's about it, really, on that route.
Yeah, we went through Kingfisher County, Blaine County, Major County, and now Woodward County. Did I get them all?
Dewey County.
Dewey County. All right. Well, Craig, before we get to the first half stats of this one, I think we might be able to do that next segment. Let's kind of take a look at some scores from around the state of Oklahoma. We'll first start in 6A Division I. Edmond North leads Moore by a score of 21-0. Edmond North looking for their first victory of the year. Broken Arrow, they're undefeated, number 1 in 6A football. They've beaten Jinx, they've beaten Union, and they've beaten Owasso this year. Yeah. And they have now a lead over Westmore, 28-3. Jinx leads Yukon 20-7. Edmond Santa Fe over Enid, second quarter, 39-0. Owasso defeated Norman North last night, 38-7. And Mustangs in Southmore tonight. Southmore with a lead of 13-7. Final score report in 6A football. Tulsa Union taking on Pump City North. PC North, by the way, undefeated, but they trailed the Union Redskins by a score of 17-0.
Oh, well, you're talking about that Southmore Mustang game, and that's really two teams that over the past 10 years, 15 years in the case of Mustang, and the last 5 years to 8 years in the case of Southmore, have had some success from the west side of the state, and this year they're both just really struggling this year on both of those counts, and so both of them looking to kind of make their mark in this game and have the opportunity. Southmore with the lead in that one.
Take a look at 6A Division II. Ponca City looking for their first win of the season. Does not look like they're going to get it. They're at halftime. Hosting Bixby tonight. Score there is 29-3.
Yeah, that's not the one they're going to get their first win. I mean, Bixby's pretty darn good this year.
Undefeated, top-ranked Stillwater Pioneers. They're going to go 6-0. They're in the second quarter. They lead Choctaw in Choctaw tonight. Score there is 21-7. Midwest City looks like they're going to keep Pump City winless on the year. At halftime, Midwest City leads Pump City 30-0. Booker T. Washington hosting Shawnee tonight. Booker T. Washington coming off that loss last week to Bixby leads Shawnee by a score of 26-0. In Del City tonight, the Eagles lead the Deer Creek Antlers in the second quarter, 22-6. Sand Springs hosting Bartlesville. That game's at halftime. Sand Springs leads Bartlesville 20-13. Sapulpa hosting Muskogee tonight. Sapulpa, the Chieftains, lead Muskogee 42-27. About 3 minutes left until halftime. And PC West, unfortunately, in the news for all the wrong reasons this week. They made the newscast, not the sportscast. That's not good. But they're hosting Lawton, and Lawton leads that one by a score of 20-7.
It's the tabloid newspaper when you're on the front page instead of the back page, and that's never a good thing. Not really too much in the way of surprises. Maybe the Sapulpa Muskogee score, a little bit of a surprise. You would expect Muskogee to be leading that one, not trailing by 20 points. But other than that, really kind of holding to form. If you were picking chalk this week, you're doing pretty well in the 6A too.
Take a look at some Class 5A scores, and really not a whole lot of great action in 5A football tonight, and the scores are going to represent that. Of course, the big score in 5A football is the Guthrie Bluejays leading Woodward at halftime, 31-6. McAllister leads Tulsa Hell at halftime, 35-0. Carl Albert at Northwest Class tonight, all Titans, they lead that one 41-0. So the Titans are going to go 6-0 next week, coming into Jelsma Stadium. Ada leads Glenpool 6-0. Claremore over Tulsa Rogers 41-0. Bishop McGinnis in Guyman tonight. Sorry, folks, but sorry for the Irish having to make that drive, but they lead Guyman 60-0 at halftime. They'll have a running clock and be home by 2 o'clock. Noble and Altus tonight. Altus leads Noble by a score of 27-7. East Central leads Pryor 35-14. Lott MacArthur leads Western Heights 41-13. Skytook leading Tulsa Memorial 34-6. Ardmore in the second quarter, 3 minutes till halftime, leads El Reno in El Reno. Score there is 14-7. Bishop Kelly leads Durant 14-0. Piedmont trying to look to get their second win of the year. A big game for them tonight, taking on Lawton Eisenhower in Piedmont. The Wildcats lead that game 7-0.
And that is a huge game for them because that basically will set up the showdown with Woodward for that 4th playoff spot. You talk about that drive up to Guyman. You know what I noticed last week? Guyman has a really nice athletic bus.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they have a really nice athletic bus because if you're going to drive as much as they do, you may as well be comfortable.
Maybe the game in the state of Oklahoma, regardless of class, is in 4A football tonight. Tuttle is at Bethany, 5-0 versus 5-0. Second quarter action, 4 minutes till halftime. Tuttle 7, Bethany 0.
And I'm a little surprised that there hadn't been a little more scoring in that game, but yeah, Bethany's kind of a team that they can rip it a little bit, and surprised they haven't been on the board yet.
We'll quickly move down to Class A football. Cashin leading Oklahoma Christian Academy in the second quarter, 46-13. Griffin Lamb and the Wildcats offense really pretty good this year. They are rolling, absolutely.
Last year we were all talking about Crescent all year. This year I think it's Cashin's year to get all the headlines in our area of the state because they are looking good so far.
Trying to find the Crescent score. Crescent Tigers, do they have a week off? They might have the week off, so looks like they do have the week off.
Yeah.
But #1 team in Class A, Hooker, leads Beaver up in the Panhandle, just across the street up here from Woodward, 52-0.
Well, Hooker is about 2 hour and 10-minute drive from here. Beaver is about a solid hour 15 from here. But, yeah, certainly a lot closer than us. And for those of you who are wondering why Crescent may have the week off, it's because there are odd numbers of teams in certain classes, Class A being one of them, and so you have districts with odd numbers in them, and so every week somebody will have a week off. That was actually the reasoning behind the week 0, was because those teams had a difficult time scheduling non-district opponents in the middle of their season, and so they have a week 0 so they can get that extra non-district game in, and still be able to have their week off and not have to worry about it in the middle of the season.
And now with 6A1 and 6A2, even more so for 6A1, because no one wants to put Jenks Junior and Broken Arrow on their roster, on their schedule, so those teams go out of state, Arkansas, Texas, to find that week 0 opponent.
Exactly, and if you're one of those schools and you're in an odd stack district, you're either going to play the team from the other district. I mean, there's nobody else you can play. There's only 2 districts. So the other districts you can't play one of them. So you've got to go down to Class 3A before you get another team who's going to be available for you to play. It just wasn't practical to keep the same 3-week non-district schedule that we had. Going with the week 0 has opened up a lot of opportunities for those teams who are in those odd-numbered districts and takes a lot of stress off their athletic director, who's usually also their coach and their math teacher and their God knows what else.
Take a time out here on the Golden Chick halftime show. Guthrie Bluejays in the locker room leading the Woodward Boomers 31-6. When we come back, we'll take a look at the John Vance Motors scoring summary, first half stats. We'll talk a little Lady J softball. And we'll also talk a little bit Golden Chick. We'll take a timeout and hear from our good friends here from Golden Chick. Again, halftime score, Guthrie 31, Woodward 6. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football.
It's a beautiful day to introduce people to the golden goodness of Golden Chick. So this is your first time you had Golden Chick. What do you think?
Absolutely delicious.
These are 100% tenderloin, no mystery meat.
I love them. They're so juicy and tender.
How long do you think it takes to marinate a perfect piece of chicken?
Probably
20 minutes.
Yeah, about 20.
An hour?
What if I told you 24 hours? Wow. I feel like one of those infomercial guys. But wait, there's more time marinating the chicken. One taste, and you're golden.
Golden Chick.
I need this back.
The Golden Chick Halftime Show rolls on with the John Vance Auto Group scoring summary right after this.
Football. Whether it's watching it on TV, listening on the radio, or going to a game, it's part of being an American. It's also part of being a Guthrie Bluejays fan, where winning is a tradition. At John Vance Auto Group in Guthrie, we too have a tradition. It's one of treating our customers with respect. If you need a Ford, GMC, Cadillac, Buick, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, new or pre-owned, come by and be impressed with how you'll be treated.
John Vance Auto Group, it's all true.
John Vance Auto Group.
I-35, exit 153 in Guthrie.
Golden Chick halftime show. Woodward, Oklahoma. Craig Flake joined me. Chris Evans with you on the broadcast. And before we go any further, congratulations to the Lady Jays softball team.
Absolutely.
23-5, and they're headed to the Class 5A state tournament next week in Shawnee at the softball fields at Fire Lake. But 3 games in regionals, and they won that contest. 38-1, 23-0 over Santa Fe, 5-1 over Del City, and then 10-0 over Ardmore to claim their first district championship at home since 1998. Now, they were district champions in 2015, went to the state tournament, but what a great season. First year, head coach Booker Blakely and the girls up there did a great job, and they're headed to the 5A state tournament.
And that's a big deal.
Yes.
I mean, it really is. 5A, really competitive. You've got some really good teams in 5A softball. So to have them compete that well, make the state tournament, really impressive, and certainly got to applaud, and especially when you look back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, where the Lady J softball program was, come such a long way, and you have to be so proud for all the work that so many people have put into that program, but especially Coach Blakely and
Absolutely.
those girls.
And oh, by the way, there are 5 losses. 6A state champion, Mustang, who did not qualify this year. 2 losses to the Carl Albert Lady Titans, who won state last year. And a loss to Durant and a loss to Shawnee. Durant's going to the state tournament for the 5th year in a row. Shawnee hosted regionals. That's your 5 losses. That's what we call quality losses. And in the Shawnee game and the Durant game were very, very close. The Mustang game was the first game right out of the season. Carl Albert, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're the favorites.
Carl Albert's usually pretty good in just about everything. If it's got a bat and a ball and a glove, they're pretty darn good at it, especially. And they did that. They're proving that again this year, and I'm sure their baseball team will as well come springtime.
This is the Golden Chick halftime show. Again, your halftime score, Guthrie 31. Woodward 6, and of course our good folks at Golden Chick, Lula and the crew out there, open late, open early. And, you got time to get to Golden Chick, turn on the 93.7 FM KSBI, go back home and leave the radio on or turn on the YouTube feed. But you got time to get there. And I can smell the hot rolls right now. The ice cream is awesome. Of course, the chicken tenders, the roasted chicken, all that, the okra, the macaroni and cheese. It is so, so good at Golden Chick, I-35 and Highway 33. Great customer service. I'm not sure.
We may need to make a stop. You're making me hungry.
Yeah, absolutely. So big thank you to Golden Chick. Take a time out here on the Golden Chick halftime show. When we come back, Craig will have those first half stats. We'll also have the John Vance Motor scoring summary. After this, your halftime score, Guthrie 31, Woodward 6. This is the Golden Chick halftime show.
When it comes to Guthrie Blue Jay Athletics, Hayes Funeral Home is a proud supporter from the first game all the way to the championship game. Along with many years of experience in funeral service, the Hayes family brings compassion and professional service during difficult times. Owners Chuck and Lynette Hayes take pride in providing families and their loved ones quality care. Chuck and Lynette have not only supported families in the Guthrie area for countless years, but have supported Guthrie student athletes succeeding on the playing field and in the classroom. Hayes Funeral Home is located on the corner of Noble and Wentz, or simply give them a call at 405-282-3100.
I'm Mike Gundy, head football coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Respect of the opponent, spectators, coaches, and officials is necessary at all levels of athletics and activity programs. Your conduct is a direct reflection of you, your community, and your school. Sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. Do the right thing.
Guthrie Bluejay football across north central Oklahoma on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI, along with Daryl Jones back in our Stillwater studio. Coming to you from Woodward, Oklahoma. Braden Russell, Kel Evans, Craig Fleck, Phil Nichols. I'm Chris Evans. Glad to have you on this Friday night, week 6 of the high school football season. On the horizon, if everything goes right here in the second half, it will be the 6-0 Blue Jays and the 6-0 Carl Albert Titans. And if there's only one game to get out to, got to get out to Jelsman Stadium, pack the Rock on Friday night, because you know Carl Albert's going to bring their fan base, and it will be a tremendous atmosphere inside the Rock next week.
It always is, and it's always a lot of fun, too, when those two teams come into a game undefeated. Haven't seen that in quite a while. So it's gets your juices flowing when you think about all the great games that those two teams have played over the last 20 years. Certainly something to get excited about when you think of 6-0 Blue Jays versus 6-0 Titans.
Time real quick for our John Vance Motors scoring summary. Of course, John Vance Motors is comfortable to buy a car, truck, or van. Blue Jays off a fumble by the Woodward Boomers. Woodward, by the way, 3 turnovers. Craig, you get the stats here in a minute. Blue Jays have now turned over their opponents 22 times this year, but the first turnover tonight led to a 24-yard touchdown pass. Jackson Waddell to Marcellus Owens, 7-0 lead. Woodward took advantage of a Guthrie turnover on a muff punt. They took advantage of a 25-yard touchdown pass from Parker Brooks to the running back Marlette, 7-6, with 2:57 to play in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Blue Jays got back on the scoreboard 4 times. First one, 21-yard touchdown pass. Jackson to Brody Hinkle made it a 14-6 ball game. By the way, the extra point for Woodward was blocked. Guthrie made it a 21-6 ball game on a 9-yard touchdown run by C.J. Ward. That's when that was set up by a Campbell Leach tackle of a punter. Jays had it at the 9-yard line. As I mentioned, C.J. ran it in. Guthrie had a 21-6 lead. Made it a 28-6 lead on a 69-yard touchdown pass. Jackson Waddell to C.J. Ward. Perfect pass. C.J. ran by 4 Boomers into the end zone. And then the final score in the second quarter, a 32-yard field goal by David Vargas made it a 31-6 ball game. And that's where we are right now. So the Blue Jays with 24 points in that second quarter to have a 31-6 lead.
As we look now at the first half stats, Jays 201 total yards of offense on 22 plays. That's over 9 yards per snap of the football for the Jays. Woodward 142 yards on 34 plays. That's 4.2 yards per play for them, which is just about where they want their average to land. Through the air, Jays had 114 yards, 3 of 6 passing for Jackson Waddell, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. 67 yards for Woodward, 2 of 6 passing, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Rushing the football, Jays 87 yards rushing on 16 carries. That's 5.4 yards per carry. 75 yards rushing for Woodward on 28 carries. That's 2.7 yards per carry, much less than they want to be. They want to be at least 3.5 or 4. Looking at the penalties, Jays had 5 penalties. They were mostly aggression penalties, offsides, where the Jays were trying to anticipate the snap count, get a good jump. Instead, they ended up jumping offsides quite a bit. So 5 penalties for 30 yards for the Jays, 2 penalties for 20 yards for the Boomers. Both of those were holding. 1 turnover for the Jays. That was that fumble lost early on the punt that was turned into the touchdown. And then 3 turnovers, all fumbles for the Woodward Boomers. Time of possession heavily in favor by about 7 minutes, a little over 15 minutes to 8.5 minutes for the Jays. In favor of the Woodward Boomers in time of possession wise, they have really controlled the clock, but of course most of that has been because of field position. 8 first downs for the Jays, 5 on the ground, 3 through the air. 6 for the Boomers, 4 on the ground, 2 through the air. Jays 4 of 7 on 3rd down, 3 of 9 for the Boomers. And the Boomers also 1 of 3 on 4th down conversions. That, of course, including the sacked punter, because that was not an official punt attempt, and so it was a failed 4th down attempt.
Those are your first half stats. Take our final timeout here on the Golden Chick Halftime Show. When we come back, Phil rejoins us, and we get his Eskridge Chevrolet's keys to the second half. Guthrie 31, Woodward 6. Second half kick coming up after this. This is Blue Jay Football.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 in the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
It's a beautiful day to introduce people to the golden goodness of Golden Chick. So this is your first time you had Golden Chick. What do you think?
Absolutely delicious.
These are 100% tenderloin, no mystery meat.
I love them. They're so juicy and tender.
How long do you think it takes to marinate a perfect piece of chicken?
Probably
20 minutes.
Yeah, about 20.
An hour?
What if I told you 24 hours?
Wow.
I feel like one of those infomercial guys. But wait, there's more time marinating the chicken. One taste, and you're golden. Golden Chick. Come on, I need this back.
Okay.
Woodward, Oklahoma, Friday night lights. Brayden Russell, Kel Evans, Craig Flake, Phil Nichols. I'm Chris Evans. 31-6. Blue Jays on the field. Woodward onto the field. We're just a matter of seconds from kicking off the second half. Time now for the Eskridge Chevrolet's keys to the second half. Blue Jays want to get into Carl Albert undefeated. Phil, Carl Albert's going to be there undefeated. Yeah. Blue Jays 24 minutes away from hopefully doing so.
Yeah, I mean, keys to the game for second half. I think much of what they did in the first half. Control the ball, play good sound defense, keep pressure on the Boomers. I mean, they're having a hard time getting much of anything going offensively, and hopefully keep everybody healthy, and the Jays will be happy on that little bus ride home.
Varsity health report, besides my back rear tire, pretty good.
Pretty good. I mean, Flecky turned an ankle a little bit. I got a little twinge in my back, but other than that, everybody's good.
Blue Jays, remember, they won the toss, deferred to the second half, so they'll have the football first here. Woodward will kick right to left on the radio dial. Blue Jays getting a last-minute instructions from special teams and a Hall of Fame coach here in Guthrie, Coach Rick Michoud.
Coach Michoud, of course, great football coach, has been a baseball coach, current great golf coach.
5A state champions.
5A state champions last year, got one, looking for two this year. And then an absolute legend in basketball officiating as well. I always get chuckle because nobody rides these officials or works them harder than Coach Michoud. And then he's so involved in officiating during basketball. But great guy, great coach. Just really, really lucky to call him our friend, Chris Evans.
Woodward will kick right to left. They'll have the wind behind their back. It's a little onside kick. The ball is loose in the center field, and the Blue Jays jump on it inside their 40-yard line. Coming up with that was Cade Whitfield. And the Blue Jays will have a first down and 10.
Cade did a good job there. Like we said, so many of our defensive starters are on kickoff return. And Cade, athletic kid, saw that kind of hitting a dead spot out there and turned, made a bad dash, jumped on the ball, did his job.
Woodward, one of those programs that has a cheer team and a palm team.
See, okay, I can't keep up with what's different, cheer and palm. Can you help me with that?
City has the high steppers. I'll tell you on the way home.
Thank you.
We got plenty of time. First and 10, Blue Jays set up camp at their own 39-yard line. 3 receiver set. Expect the Jays to keep it on the ground quite a bit here as Jackson play action rolls out to the far side on a quarterback keeper. Gets the line of scrimmage, gets to the 45, midfield, and they're going to call him out of bounds. Where at? Referee making his way there, about 3 yards shy of the first down at the 47-yard line. Pickup of about 8 yards for Jackson Waddell.
Good play by Jackson there. Set that up, and that's, I think, what we can expect to see. Keep the clock running. We're at 8:30 kick to start the second half. We're moving right along here tonight.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
We got to eat afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Second down, and we'll call it 2 yards for the Blue Jays. 3 receiver set. Jackson hands it off to C.J. Ward. Oh, look at him go. Midfield, 45-40, 35-30. No one's going to catch him again. He's at the 10-5 touchdown. C.J. Ward, his third touchdown of the night as he points toward the heavens.
Great run by C.J. He gets some light, and he's going to go. Very few people are going to be able to track down C.J. Ward. I think the only guy to have a shot would be number 3, his teammate, Marcellus Owens.
62-yard touchdown run for CJ. 62-yard run. I think he had a 69-yard reception for a touchdown and a 9-yard touchdown run earlier in this game as he makes it a 37-6 ball game. David Vargas upcoming with the PAT. It was funny just to watch him create distance.
Separation. He got a different gear.
Extra point by David is good, boys. 6-0, 6-0. Titans Blue Jays on the horizon. It's all Blue Jays in Woodward. 38-6, 11:41 to play in the third quarter. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world.
Have you heard the big news here in Guthrie? You know the Guthrie Tagging Agency is your local source for all your vehicles, boats, ATVs, trailers, titles, registrations, and of course driver's license renewals and replacements. But now, the Guthrie Tagging Agency helps with driver's road tests. That's right, take your road test right here in Guthrie. No more trips to Edmond or Stillwater or Enid. Call and schedule your appointment at 282-3873. Guthrie Tagging Agency, open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 9 to noon.
C.J. Ward, not giving too much credit. Craig has him play a 53-yard touchdown run. Is that right? 53? Okay, Jackson moved it out there. That's Jackson's fault. 53-yard touchdown run by C.J. Ward. Blue Jays go two plays, 61 yards. Took 19 seconds off the third quarter game clock. Your new score, 38-6. That is your John Vance Motors scoring summary where it's comfortable to buy whatever you want to buy out there. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs,
bicycles,
tires, oil changes,
windshield wipers, bulbs,
radios.
We can do this all day, Chris.
Floor mats,
detail,
all that good stuff. David Vargas kick left to right into the wind. Will bounce at the 10. Takes a Blue Jay bounce inside the 5 and will make it into the end zone by a football. If it doesn't go into the end zone, Woodward is in a big pickle.
Number 5 was literally coaching it on down.
So the Boomers will have it at the 20-yard line, first down and 10. Well, the big news in 5A football, especially for Carl Albert, Dadrian Taylor was cleared to play this week, and he's going to be in limited action against Northwest Classen, but they expect him to be ready to go full shape next week. And boy, he just happens to come back just in time for that Guthrie game.
Of course, they've been saying that since he was hurt. They thought he'd come back to the Blue Jay game, but he will be fresh and ready.
Absolutely. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Direct snap on the Wildcat to Marlette. Across the 30, 25 across the 30, and out to the 32-yard line, 12-yard run as Woodward throws out the Wildcat on the first play here. And, of course, you look at the Carl Albert Titans. They have a sophomore quarterback. As a freshman, won all 14 games. He's getting ready to win his 20th in a row tonight against Northwest Classen. So he's 20-0 going into Guthrie next week.
Unbelievable.
First down 10 for the Boomers from their own 33-yard line. Blue Jays stack the box as Woodward does not put any receivers into formation. And the handoff goes right side across the 33 to the line of scrimmage that was the 33, across the 35 and down at the 37.
Looks like the Boomers made a decision to go to the direct snap to number 5 right now anyway. No number 12 anywhere out there on the field, starting quarterback for the Boomers.
Really, Woodward with that one touchdown pass which went to the running back, Marlette.
Right.
It really hasn't been much of a passing game as expected by the Boomers. Coach Hickson, second or third season here in Woodward. Second down and 5 for the Woodward Boomers. Marlette direct snap in the Wildcat across the 40, and he's driven backwards. On the tackle for the Blue Jays was J.D. Coonfield, Tervey Williams, Gooseby, and Justin Adams in there playing some defense. And so we see the wrinkle here. Justin Adams now playing some defense because you got to get ready for Carl Albert as you put 11 best offense, 11 best on defense to try to win that big game next week.
Yeah,
so he's getting some extra reps.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see things next week we haven't seen all year, obviously, and Blue Jays are going to need everything they have next week against Carlisle. I think by a mile the best team in 5A.
Third down and 1 for the Boomers. Direct snap on the Wildcat to Marlette. He has the first down across the 45 and down at the 48-yard line. It'll be first down and 10.
Yeah, Boomers having some success with that Wildcat formation right now. definitely moving the ball. Probably the best they've done all evening, or moving the ball.
An injured Boomer. Looked like the tight end was hurt. It comes off on the sideline. Pretty good offensive line for Woodward, just having a hard time getting going against this Kelly Beebe defense. Snap is fumbled by Marlette. He's going backwards. Kaufman can't bring him down as Marlette lowers his shoulder. As, we'll call it as we see it, J.D. Kuhnfield
got trucked.
Yes. He got ran over.
Well, it happens. I think they were both right on the line. A lot of time by the out of bounds line. I think a lot of times if you pull up, that's why coaches are always saying finish the play. That's a great reason right there when you want to finish the play, because if you don't, you could be in a little Yugo and get hit by a big old 3/4-ton pick-em-up truck.
We told you how big Marlette was.
Yeah.
They have him in 181. He looks a lot bigger than that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Marlette, direct snap in the Wildcat. Trying to run on the right side. And, by the way, it was a loss of 2 on the play when J.D. got hit. The ball's loose. Again. Is this the 4th turnover on the Boomers?
We sure got one running off the field. There it is.
4th turnover on Woodward. Number 23 on the year for this Guthrie defense. Justin Adams comes up with the loose ball.
What's funny is Campbell Leach jumps up, points down saying it was a turnover, and just starts running off the field. He was already on the sideline before they signaled it was a turnover.
Did again, boys.
Really?
It's not even. It's like when they fumble. I don't know why I'm in suspense. Every time there is a fumble, Guthrie always gets it to. Not only do they turn them over, or knock the ball loose, they always jump on it as well.
Unbelievable.
23rd turnover this defense has created. 9:20 to play in the third quarter. Guthrie trying to add to a 38-6 lead. The offense takes over at the Woodward 47-yard line. C.J. Ward, he's in danger of going for touchdown number 4 at any given time. 3 receivers in the formation. CJ gets the ball here, and he's going backwards. That's a face mask, and every official sees it as this one is tackled in Guthrie territory, but this one will be a personal foul face mask against the Boomers, and we'll move into Woodward territory.
Of course, nothing malicious there. Kid just trying to make a tackle. You're grabbing. Sometimes you get a hold of that face mask. You don't mean to. Looks terrible. Looks like, well, why'd he do that? But trust me, as a man who had a few face mask calls against him in his life.
So the penalty will move it to the 37-yard line. First down and 10, coming up on 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. Play action, and the pass is incomplete. Jackson had Brody wide open at the 35-yard line, but it falls to the turf, incomplete. That brings up second down for this Blue Jay offense. Again, jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Woodward made it 7-6. Guthrie since then has scored 31 unanswered points. Second down 10 for the Guthrie offense. See if they go back to the ground play here. 3 receiver set. CJ gets the call on the left side. Moving left. Now cuts it. He's at the 35, 30. Oh, look at him go again. 20, 15, 10, 5, and out of bounds. There is a flag down. They're going to call CJ out of bounds. Not sure where they're going to call him at, but there is a flag where CJ made his cut at. This one might be coming back. I was looking for the
chop block.
It is a chop block. I was looking. Why isn't the official not marking it where he went out of bounds? But obviously he knew.
Yeah.
You can run back to Guthrie if you want to. He's still moving back toward the Kansas line. That's the one thing here. As you have, game looks secured for Guthrie. Don't want to get sloppy with the turnovers. No. Don't want to get anybody hurt. You want to keep the clock running and get out of here.
Well, you keep the clock running. You also want to work on things. Yes. I mean, this is ball games like this. It's a great opportunity to in-game situation to go out and try different things and get better for next week.
Blue Jays huddle up 2 yards behind the football. They now break huddle. Second down and Sharon Mutual. 3 receiver set. Second down and 26. Handoff, Kel Kaufman, midfield, left side, 45, 40, original line of scrimmage, and more down across the 35 and finally hauled down at the 33-yard line. Nice run there by Cale Kaufman as we see a variety of running backs tonight for head coach Kelly Beebe and coach Scott Mick.
Yeah, great effort by Cale there. And, of course, the offensive line gave him a hole and then did a lot of that on his own once he got through that to that second level. Chris, need to get your prediction tonight before we get off the air on the Red River rivalry tomorrow.
Yeah. Some good football tomorrow. Third down and 6 for the Blue Jays from the 38. Jackson wants to throw for it. Has time. Has Brody wide open. Caught at the inside the 25 and down at the 20-yard line. Great play there by Jackson Waddell. Threw it not even set as he had plenty of time from his offensive line. Guthrie has a fresh set of downs, about an 18-yard play, 13-yard play for the Blue Jays.
Well, and again, just really excellent execution, and as you said, Jackson had plenty of time to do what he wanted back there.
Brody Hinkle had a touchdown reception earlier in this ball game. A couple of touchdowns last week in that big victory over the Guyman Tigers. 1st and 10 for the Jays, 7:50 to play in the third quarter. Jackson takes it out of the belly. He runs with it and picks up maybe a half a yard, maybe a yard across the 20, close to the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. 7:39 and rolling in this third quarter. Of course, you got OU Texas tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Yeah. We'll see if rain plays a factor down there.
Hate that start time.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
Of course, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, you can hear right here on 93.7 FM KSBN. It all starts with Rex Holt with Game Day Live before Dave and Tom take over. But I say Dave and Tom, I meant that's a long time ago.
That is a long time ago.
That's old school. Cale Kaufman on the run here. He's hit for a loss back at the 25, loss of 6. Yeah, Dave. How about Dave and John?
Dave and John.
I don't know where the old Tom reference came from.
You're getting of an advanced age. You're going to see more and more things like that start to happen.
I would blame. I mean, he's from around the Coweta area. He had grandkids there, and that didn't come to my mind. I have no excuse. 3rd down at 15. Maybe it's the age thing.
Could be.
From the 24-yard line, Jays need about the 10-yard line for a 1st down. Jackson looking to throw, has time, plants his feet, wide open again. Brody Hinkle inside the 15, cut, and dives close to the 1st down, but down at the 12-yard line. Guthrie will be about 2 yards shy of the 1st down. It'll be 4th down and 2 after the 13-yard reception there by Brody Hinkle, his second 13-yard reception. And we'll see what the Jays do here. See if we have a little lead play here for Jackson Waddell.
Of course, Brody worked hard, tried to get to that 1st down marker, made a nice move, made one kid miss, and just had 2 or 3 other boomers right there.
4th down and 2. Ball's at the 12-yard line just inside the near hash mark. Guthrie needs the 10. 3 receiver set. And we have flags. Nope, we have a timeout taken by Guthrie. We'll take a timeout with them. 5:55 to play third quarter. Guthrie 38, Woodward 6. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football.
They say talk is cheap, and they're right, especially when it comes to football. Only the most talented, hardest working, most physically fit, and best coached teams win football games. It's the same with John Vance Auto Group in Guthrie. We don't just talk about great service, best price, and a free lifetime powertrain guarantee. We do it. Come by and see for yourself.
Everything you've heard about the John Vance Auto Group, it's all true.
I-35 exit 153 in Guthrie.
John Vance Auto Group.
I'm Mike Gundy, head football coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Respect of the opponent, spectators, coaches, and officials is necessary at all levels of athletics and activity programs. Your conduct is a direct reflection of you, your community, and your school. Sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. Do the right thing.
Jays on the radio dial tonight, 93.7 FM. Oklahoma State Cowboys will have the airtime tomorrow as they host Iowa State, 2:30 inside Boone Pickens Stadium. And OU Texas should be good, 11 o'clock, and then you got OU Iowa State, which should be a good game as well.
Field goal.
4th down and 3. Blue Jays will go with a field goal try here of 29 yards. Ball's on the near hash mark. Good snap into the wind. Not that that's a factor. Ooh, did he miss that one?
Missed it. Wide right.
Breaking news, David Vargas misses the extra point, and it was on the right side. He's a lot more comfortable in the center to the left of the hash mark, but that one does.
Plenty of leg.
Yeah, plenty, but it's no good on 4th down on the field goal try, and so Woodward Boomers will take over offensively. And the OU Texas game, OU can score. I don't know if OU can tackle.
Right.
Defense, I don't know if they can tackle. And, of course, Texas will run a lot with the quarterback. And but you got Kyler Murray and Lincoln Riley on one sideline. And it all depends on the OU defense. I think that'll be the story for OU's games the entire season.
Yeah, it's going to dictate where they end up in the season, no doubt about it. They can score with anybody, except for Army.
First down and 10. Toss goes to Marlette. And maybe a 1-yard pickup at most. Josh Raines in on the tackle. Campbell Leach on the bottom of that pile as well. Campbell Leach having a good game here in Woodward. Caden Ballard-Stewart, he's never been this close to the line of scrimmage this many times.
Right.
There's no receiver, so he has to basically be a defensive end, if you will.
Yeah. Of course, I think Caden probably –
DBs don't like that.
Caden probably appreciates the break this week.
Yes, that's true. He'll be busy next week.
Yeah.
Second down and 9. Little
trap
play out to the 24-yard line. Pick up a 3. It'll be third down and 5. Guthrie, Carl Albert next week. I'm sure that will be much talked about in newspapers and radio shows. Of course, we'll talk about it on our radio show on Wednesday night with the high school huddle. We'll have that at 6 o'clock. Third down and 7. We'll talk about all the action in football tonight. A pass completed at the 30-yard line by Marlette. I think there's only been 2 passes completed tonight. Both passes have been to the running back, Marlette.
Well, that pass, of course, good for a first down, looks like, for Boomers.
Clock stopped at 4:39. Okay, Craig reminds me there's been 3 passes cut tonight. Forgot the halfback pass there.
Right.
Downfield for the biggest play. A little bit of a trick play there. I don't have stats in front of me because I don't have room on this laptop. And again, a little tight quarters. Here's the toss, goes to the running back. He gets to the 35. J.D. Coonfield on the tackle after the Boomers get to the 37-yard line. About a 7-yard pickup on first down. It'd be second down and 3. Of course, when Carl Albert comes to town, they have pretty cool road uniforms to begin with. But Ben Harris, sophomore quarterback, the throwing motion, when you watch him in pregame, you're like, ugh.
Yep.
But he's pretty darn good throwing the football. Of course, a big part of their offense is Dadrian Taylor.
Right.
Been out with an injury. So
all that's going to do is make Harris more efficient, getting Taylor back. Fumble again.
Fumble on the play again. I think Woodward jumps back on this one. That's kind of breaking news, too. There's a fumble, and the other team actually recovers it. Campbell Leach off the pile again.
Always calling Campbell's name. I told you, man, the kid, I feel like he could have been named player of the game every game this year.
Yeah.
He just always, there's always one other kid that scores 4 or 5 touchdowns and has this monster night, but Campbell just, no question for my money, he's the MVP of the defensive unit for the year thus far.
A lot of candidates out there, that's for sure. Third down and 3. Toss goes to Marlette trying to go out. Gooseby says, get back over here. I got a few teammates I need you to meet. And he goes backwards, and forward progress will be given at the 39-yard line. So they're going to give him 2 yards on the carry. It'll bring
Pretty
up
generous.
Yeah, I think so too. It'll bring up 4th down and about 1.5 yards officially, and I think Woodward will keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you punt the ball here, you're basically conceding the game, and keep the kids out there, try to get something positive going for the Boomers.
2:52, 2:51 to play in the third quarter. Again, Guthrie leads Woodward 38-6. Pruitt under center. They will go for it. They toss it. They need the 40, and they have it and a little bit more. David Scott with the tackle at the 42-yard line. Pick up a 4. Boomers needed 2. And so the Boomers will move it up. Move the chains for a first down. Of course, when you think Woodward, the Lady Boomers basketball team won state a few years ago. And I'm not sure, I forgot to look at it, but they were in the IF game in softball against Duncan.
And they made it.
They made it,
They
okay.
recognized the girls
Okay.
tonight at halftime and congratulations to the Lady Boomers qualifying for the state softball tournament.
Marlette runs it on the right side, trying to break tackles. He gets across the 45 to the 47. So we talked about it during the Golden Chick halftime show. Lady Jays softball back in the softball state tournament for the first time since 2015. They hosted regionals for the first time since 1998, and all they did was beat their 3 opponents by a combined score of 38-1. So, and then on the other side, Woodward went to Duncan, won that regional. So congratulations to both of these programs and their softball teams.
Yeah, it's a great accomplishment for the young ladies. Anytime you can finish in the top 8 in the state, I think there's 32 teams. You finish in the top 8, that's a heck of a season just to get there.
You look at the Lady Jays, they went 23-5.
Right.
They had one loss to begin the season to the 6A state champions Mustang. They had 2 losses to the 5A state champion Carl Albert Lady Titans. They lost by 1 run to Durant, who is in the state softball tournament for the 5th year in a row. And then they lost by 1 run to Shawnee, who hosted regionals this year. So not only were they dominant at times, they were competitive in those games as well. Carl Albert got them one time 12-2, but outside of that, everything was pretty darn good this season for the Lady Jays.
Anything can happen for the Lady Jays to get in that tournament. They definitely have an opportunity to make some noise.
First down and 10. Toss goes to the running back for Woodward from the 48. He'll move the pile to about the 45 at 3-yard pickup. State softball tournament. Hopefully they can keep everything on time next week with all the rain in the forecast. But it will be in Shawnee this year at the Fire Lake softball field. So get out to Shawnee on Thursday. They had great support at the softball field on Wednesday. Student body was able to get out there. There were some late games, so it was a great crowd. Unfortunately, they had to play early on Thursday. Students were in class. Parents and people were at work, so it wasn't as big of a crowd, but the ones that were there made a lot of noise. And so great job as Marlette will run it across the 45 for a couple of yards there, and it'll bring up 3rd down for the Woodward Boomers. 64 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter, but first-year head coach Booker Blakely comes in at a great time, has some great players, but took them to a different level this year.
Yeah, and I mean there's a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of excitement for the Lady Jays, and I think, that's a program that I think you'll see just continue to get better and better and better and continue to be competitive. And, hats off to the young ladies. Just had an outstanding season.
3rd down and 5. Toss goes to the running back, and he'll be tackled about the 42, about 2 yards there. So 4th down and 3. Woodward does not have to take a snap here if they don't want to. Here in this 3rd quarter, 22 seconds to go, and Booker Blakely, he is a softball. I mean, he is pure softball coach, and Guthrie got a good softball coach in him, and he's headed to the big dance. Great family, just real humble as well. He's a good follow on Facebook. Final 5 seconds. Woodward will not snap it, so we will go into the timeout as we get set for 4th quarter action. Your score after 3 quarters, Guthrie 38, Woodward 6. Jays looking to remain unbeaten in Class 5A football. Timeout. This is Blue Jay Football on Hot 93.7 FM, KSBI.
When garage door problems occur, don't call a kind of service company or maybe a repair guy. Call Paul Creed at A-Team Overhead Door. Paul owns and operates his company and has over 15 years of experience in residential and commercial overhead door service. Paul provides all garage door services from repairs to installations. With free estimates, Paul will work with you to decide the best possible solution for your garage door or opener problems. Call A-Team Overhead Door today, 405-642-7065.
Accepting the loss of a loved one is the hardest thing we will ever have to do. At Nelson Monument Company, formerly Warren Monument Company, we aim to make selecting a memorial an easy and healing process. With our compassionate service, state-of-the-art design software, and our new and improved facility, we offer the best overall experience in the industry. Nelson Monument Company, located at 5305 South Division Street in Guthrie. Give us a call at 405-282-3220.
Hi, this is Asa Nelson, and from our family to yours, we would be honored to gain your trust.
Friday night football in Woodward, Oklahoma. We get set for 4th quarter action. Woodward Boomers will have it 4th down and 4. They will go for it here. Flag thrown, and it's going to be a 1st down depending on the flag, though. I'm thinking this might be a hold as the Boomers now move left to right on your radio dial. Alongside Braden Russell, Kel Evans, Craig Fleck, Phil Nichols, I'm Chris Evans, Daryl Jones back in our Stillwater studio. Appreciate you tuning us in here tonight. Hot 93.7 FM, KSBI. Great signal, great music. We go all the way up to the Kansas borderline and then over to Sand Springs, Sapulpa area, down to the Moore Norman area, El Reno, Kingfisher, Watonga. We were just a little bit outside the range, about 30 minutes outside of Woodward. So a lot of people, not only in Guthrie, get to hear Blue Jay football, but Oklahoma City. I'm sure there's some Carl Albert fans tuning in, and Deer Creek fans, and a whole bunch of Piedmont fans. Great listening audience out there.
Yeah, and we have fun with it. I mean, we on our radio show we do every Wednesday at 6 on 93.7, and it's fun to communicate back and forth with people from the different schools. Had the starting quarterback for Deer Creek's mother started following us and joined us, and had some interesting conversations with her, and very proud of her son, as she should be.
Penalty against Woodward, backs him into Guthrie territory. Pruitt wants to throw a screen. It's caught by Marlette, and Blue Jay sniffed it out perfectly. As there is a flag down, Kel Kaufman. There's also a flag in the backfield, so you have, or downfield, excuse me. Multiple flags. See if these are offsetting, or if the referee and the back judge saw the same thing. It was, by the way, 4th down and 23. Campbell Leach says, hey, it's against the Boomers. If it is, I would certainly think Jays would decline this, and they're going to pick up the flag. So no flag, no penalty on the play, and lost back to the 40-yard line, lost of 4. So upcoming 4th down and 27, and here comes the Boomers. Special teams onto the field. 11:41 to play in the 4th quarter. Be sure to stay tuned for the Terror Insure Group postgame show. We'll talk with Blue Jay head coach Kelly Beebe, get his thoughts on the game tonight, get his thoughts on next week's game with Carl Albert. Of course, we'll have the Guthrie North Church player of the game.
Yeah, I was telling you, I think I wrestle with this player of the game thing. I think next year we need to have a defensive and an offensive player of the game.
So if you're own a business out there, it might be a good time to,
or an individual,
jump on. Hey, they can start next week if they want to, right?
If you'd like to do it next week, we'll be out to see you this week.
1st down and 10. Blue Jays set up camp at the Woodward 41-yard line. 4 receivers. It's a quick pass caught by Gugelsberg. Good to see him into the offensive flow here. He's on about every offensive snap. Good to feed him the ball every now and then. Jackson does at the 30-yard line. Close to an 11-yard pickup.
Does a great job blocking downfield and has a very sure-handed kid.
Program kid.
He is a program kid. Of course, done it but one of the most well-mannered young men you'll ever meet. Parents should be very, very proud of him. Fine young man.
Pickup of 11 yards, 1st down and 10 from the 30. Guthrie still running their offense. Hand off to Adams, and Adams will be hit at the line of scrimmage. No pickup. 2nd down upcoming. Of course, basketball season officially on our way with practice in the high school ranks. Guthrie with 2 new head coaches this year on the boys and girls side, and getting things going. I was talking to daggone it, senior for the Lady Jays this year, Brandy Jordan. It's just tough deal over the last 4 years. Guthrie with 4 head coaches.
Very tough.
2nd down and 10. Brody Hinkle moves left to right on the radio dial. Hand off to Gugelsberg. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Of course, one coach kind of exit stage left at the start of practice, and so Guthrie had to bring in a Coach Shimmick, an interim type deal.
Right. Did a good job.
Couldn't go out and find anybody in that short term, and so she came in, did a good job, and so Lady Jays with new coach this season, and they'll be talented. They got some good couple of seniors on there, a couple of young players also coming up, so we'll see good things this winter from the basketball programs. Of course, state wrestling, starting getting consistent with 5-6 state wrestlers every single year. 3rd down and 9, under 10 minutes to play. Jackson Waddell surveys the field, throws it the last second because he's going to get hit. Should be flags thrown. Talik Jackson was being held at the 10-yard line. No flag, though. I thought Talik was being held, couldn't extend the arms up for the reception. It's incomplete, though. 4th down, 9.
I don't know if that was a felony, but it was sure a misdemeanor what just happened to him. And of course, a lot of times the scoreboard has a lot to do with those calls. And got a game that's one-sided like this. You talk about Blue Jay wrestling and What a bang-up job Coach has done with the wrestling program.
Coach Stevens.
Yeah, does a wonderful job. Great man.
The duels are entertaining.
No doubt.
They are good stuff. 4th down and 9. Guthrie go for it. Jackson looking for Talik Jackson. It's intercepted at the 20, out to the 25, 30, 35, 40, and down at the 45-yard line. Looked like Jackson trying to do a little too much on that 4th down and 9 play.
Sophomore Jackson.
Yeah. So, Jackson, second interception, I think, this season he's thrown.
Yeah.
The first one was just kind of a late second type deal inside the 10, but I think Jackson just his second thrown interception this season. Real quick, some 5A scores. McGinnis leads Guyman 67-0. Altus all over Noble tonight, 34-7. Ada leads Glenpool 19-0. Most of these games in the second half. Ardmore 17, El Reno 10. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Marlette will run on the right side. He's out of bounds. Woodward coaches wanting a horse collar, but there was never a tackle. I don't know if you can have a horse collar without a tackle. There was never a tackle. There was a couple of animated coaches on there. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The referee's looking over there like, what are you? Anyway, out of bounds. Big play there for Marlette.
Marlette kid's a fine football player. Very competitive, plays hard.
1st down and 10 from the Guthrie 42-yard line. Toss goes to Marlette, and he's going to be hit for a loss. And guess who, Phil? Cade Whitfield?
Yeah. Kind of everywhere. So we got a boomer maybe shaking up on the play over here.
Might have 2 boomers shaking up.
Yeah.
Slow to get up, still to get up. Real quick, some 6A2 scores. Dale City leads Deer Creek 28-6. Midwest City shutting out Pump City 36-0. Stillwater Pioneers, they're ready to go to 6-0, it looks like. Number 1 team in 5A football, Gunnar Gundy, Quantrell Walker, high-powered offense, leads Choctaw in Choctaw 28-7. And we'll go ahead and take a timeout as we will resume this. Some of the scores after this timeout. 9:20 left in the fourth quarter. Guthrie 38, Woodward 6. This is Blue Jay football.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 in the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
Sonic has every slush flavor someone could ever want.
This is basically slush headquarters.
Where sour blue raspberry plans world domination.
Well, not if Lemonberry has anything to say about it.
Oh, Lemonberry, you're already sour. Come to the sour side.
Never. I'll never join you.
Refreshment just got colorful with new slush flavors like blue raspberry made with Nerds candy. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop.
Sonic at I-35 and Highway 33.
This is how you Sonic.
A little run play on the left side for the Boomers on second down. Not much there at the 40-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 8 for Woodward. Braden Russell, Kel Evans, Craig Fleck, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans, here on 93.7 FM KSBI, being graded by Seth Robbins back in Logan County. 3rd down and 7. Boomers, a rare throw. Pruitt all the way back beyond midfield, throws it away. Incomplete. Gooseby on the coverage. Good coverage downfield by the Blue Jays secondary. Looking for that tight end again. Incomplete. 4th down and 7.
Of course, we've talked about all the turnovers forced by this Blue Jay defense. 4 tonight, but they just play assignment football so well. I mean, they're just doing a great job taking care of their responsibilities, using that sideline as a 12th man, just doing great things. We were talking a little bit about Noble. You know, Noble is one of those teams everybody thought might make a run a little bit this year.
State semis last year.
Yeah, really had a tough season so far.
Flags on 4th down and 7. I think the Boomers jumped the gun.
I saw a little bit of movement on both sides. I don't know how they're going to call it here.
No one got my jump the gun. Sooners, Boomers.
Oh, boy.
Jump the gun.
So that's where we're at now? Okay.
Well, Seth Robbins grading me at home. I gotta get all my points.
Oh, Seth's grading you.
Yes.
You think Seth's having some chicken?
Golden Chick chicken.
That's all he eats.
By the way, the chicken we had on Monday might have been the hottest chicken I've ever tasted in my entire life.
Burnt you a little bit.
Oh my gosh!
Thank you for participating and supporting that great event.
Yeah,
we did this Monday.
I got 4 of my 5 taste buds back. That's good news.
Chris Evans, very sneaky good on the golf course.
Oh, yeah. Really.
Sneaky good.
Sneaky. 4th down and 7. Boomers go for it at the Guthrie 40-yard line. Play action, pass, and it's incomplete inside the 25-yard line. On the coverage for the Blue Jays, Caden Ballard Stevenson. And the Boomers turned it over downs. 1st down 10, Blue Jays, 38-6 is your score. 8:29 to play in the 4th quarter as we lead you up to the Terra Insure Group post-game show. We'll talk to Blue Jay coach Kelly Beebe and, of course, our Guthrie North Church player of the game. So stay tuned for that.
I think we got a favorite right now, unless something changes drastically.
Get back to those 6A2 scores here real quick. Where are we at? There we are. There was, Muskogee. Yes, Muskogee. Last score not reporting at halftime, trails Sapulpa 42-27. 1st down and 10. Brody Hinkle in the motion right to left. Guthrie from the 40-yard line.
Nice little move.
That Gugasberg?
Yeah.
At the 43, pick up a 3. He's awfully speedy as well.
Quick kid.
Clock's rolling, Phil. I know you're looking at that. Make sure the clock's rolling. That's right now the clock keeper. If he wants to be considered for the Guthrie North Church player of the game, he better keep it going.
I was just making sure the beautiful flag of the United States of America was still where it needed to be.
It's still blowing.
Flying high.
Right to left. That flag has not stopped whipping here in the plains of western Oklahoma. 2nd down and 7. It looks like that Jackson. I was looking at our crowd mic. Looks like we got some students talking to our crowd mic.
Well, they got things to say, Chris.
As long as they're good things. So we got our 6A scores in. We got our 5A scores in. I'm not going to have time to do scores in a post-game show. Just so.
Millwood covered their 30 this week?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that Tuttle Bethany game of the week for most people. Tuttle leads Bethany 14-7.
Oh.
That game in Bethany, 3rd quarter action there. 3rd down 11 for the Blue Jays from the 38-yard line. Little pass caught at the 40. 45 diving for the 1st down, but stepped out of bounds at the 47-yard line was Brody Hinkle. It'll bring up 4th down and about 4 yards for the Blue Jays. See if David Vargas will punt the football with the wind behind his back. Millwood, Class 2A. Of course, the thing with Phil and I is Millwood has won 2 state championships in a row. The thing with Millwood is they're not going to lose, so the only thing that Phil and I look at is if they win by 30 points or more.
That's right.
So, here we go. 2A football. I don't even know. I forgot who they're playing.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, my gosh. They're playing Washington and trail in the 4th quarter.
Are you serious?
17-16.
Oh, boy,
Upset
Chris.
alert, David Vargas. If David Vargas can shank a punt, anything's possible on this Friday night.
Okay, my world's just got a little off center right there.
Washington.
Of course, Washington in the finals last year.
Lead number 1 Millwood, 17-16 with 8 minutes to play in the 4th quarter.
Well, Chris, it's going to be a long Wednesday if they lose. I mean, I've been on record saying they could lose.
I told you how dangerous Washington is in the middle of the year. I mean, they are a tough team. You cannot overlook Washington.
Oh, boy. What's their mascot?
Down south around the Pauls Valley, Purcell area. Washington, they're red and white.
Fleck me a little comedy over there.
1st down and 10. Little dump off pass caught. Tackled out of bounds in the Guthrie bench in around midfield. Actually might get the Guthrie 49-yard line. 6:43 left in this one. We need to hurry and get this one going. This one.
I'm absolutely a nervous wreck now on that Millwood score, Chris. I wish I hadn't even brought it up.
Wow. But they have OU on their team. They have Alabama on their team.
Are we just going to act like it didn't happen if it happens?
What happened? What are you talking about?
Exactly. I like where your head's at.
2nd down and 7. Toss goes to the Marlette. I think that's Marlette. Not much on the play as it started at the 49, gets to the 47-yard line. Pickup of 2 yards. On the tackle for the Blue Jays, Justin Adams. Marlette, the ball carrier. Well, you take a look forward for Woodward now, Phil. They're going to fall to 2-4, 1-2 in district. And again, they got to win the rest of their games against the Lawton Eisenhower's, Northwest Class and Guyman. And I truly think it's going to come down to Woodward Piedmont in that Week 10 ball game.
Yep, I think you're definitely right about that. We've seen both teams now.
Near side, Marlette pushed out of bounds at the 40. So who do you favor, Woodward, Piedmont?
You know, honestly, at this point, I'd probably favor Piedmont. I think it'd be a really close ball game. I mean, Woodward's.
Both teams want to run the ball. They'll be done quick.
It'll be over in about 26 minutes. But I mean, it'll be a tight ball game. I think. Of course, Woodward tonight turned the ball over 4 times. I mean, that's can't do that in any ball game.
Yeah, Piedmont also turned the ball over against the Blue Jays a few times as well. I think Marlette might be the most talented player when those two teams play.
Yes, I think they'll have the best player on the field.
Handoff here on 1st down and 10 from the 38. Not much there. Cade Whitfield, Kel Kaufman on the tackle.
Sorry about that, partner. Is that a home or away game for the Boomers?
I wrote it down, but I did not write home or away. Maybe I did. Let's look here. At Piedmont. Wow, good. That's homework.
That is homework. I'm glad I put a lot of time in every week on that.
November 2nd at Piedmont.
Okay.
2nd down 10, 5:20 to play in the ball game. Marlette, the ball carrier. Davis Scott, Turvey Williams on the tackle as he gets down to about the 37, maybe 1-2 yard pickup there. Not much as it brings up 3rd down. 5:07, 5:06 to go in the 4th quarter. Guthrie 38, Woodward 6.
Turvey is one of those young kids that has so much upside. He's so athletic, long-bodied kid. He's one to watch over the next couple years for the Blue Jays.
Wears jersey number 20 for our online viewing audience. You know what? I almost went with the Warriors. I would have been right.
Oh, Chris.
Pass downfield is incomplete inside the 25-yard line. Incomplete pass. 4th down and 8. Clock stop at 4:36. I almost said the Warriors.
What? Now, are you being serious
now?
I
am being serious. I thought Warriors, but I didn't want to be wrong on the airwaves.
Well, Chris, let me explain
something.
Go with
my heart.
I am wrong 97.3% of the time.
No, 93.7.
Oh, sorry, 93.7% of the time. And, I mean, you get used to it. It's not, I mean, it's an acquired thing, much like a fine wine. I mean, you're okay being wrong.
Fine wine?
Well, I mean, you're a connoisseur of the
chocolate milk.
Of the chocolate from down south, yeah. Or perhaps a Corona.
Love some chocolate milk.
Love you some chocolate milk.
Ha, ha, ha. A little reverse action here. And it's going to be driven out of bounds. About a 2-yard loss on 4th down. So it'll be 1st down and 10. Blue Jays see if they can melt off this 4:27.
Saw something on Twitter today. It showed Kevin Durant, Westbrook, and your favorite player, James Harden, all in Seattle Supersonic jerseys. They said what could have been. That's was that appropriate? Should you do that to the fine people out in Seattle?
Well, I can tell you,
turn the knife a little bit.
Kevin Durant will be a Thunder player before his career's over.
You believe that?
Oh,
don't
absolutely.
You? Yeah,
he'll be back.
Yeah.
It'll be to his legacy to bring OKC a championship.
Will they welcome him
I don't know
back?
if he'll be able to do it, but that's going to be his goal.
Yeah.
Oh, in a heartbeat, they'll welcome him back. Jackson Waddell running the football, and just go down.
Please.
From the 39 across the 45 up to the 47. 8-yard pickup for Jackson Waddell, and just want to keep him and everybody healthy, but especially him. Jackson, a 3-year starter for this Blue Jay offense, and get more confident. Game has slowed down a lot Not only for Jackson, but a lot of them.
Yeah. I mean, the improvement for this squad from last year is just leaps and bounds in so many different areas. So hard work, right?
Second down 2. And that receiver for the Blue Jays. Handoff.
Guggesberg again.
Guggesberg across midfield to the Woodward 49-yard line. About 4 yards. Number 5, Stetson Harkness. Is that who I saw in there? .332, 3:31 left in the ball game.
Change of quarterback there, Chris. Getting Jackson off the field. I think that's a smart thing to do.
First down and 10, and I think Guthrie's going to have to take a timeout. Hey, that's good. We need to take a timeout. 3:10 left in this one. Guthrie 38, Woodward 6. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football.
Accepting the loss of a loved one is the hardest thing we will ever have to do. At Nelson Monument Company, formerly Warren Monument Company, we aim to make selecting a memorial an easy and healing process. With our compassionate service, state-of-the-art design software, and our new and improved facility, we offer the best overall experience in the industry. Nelson Monument Company, located at 5305 South Division Street in Guthrie. Give us a call at 405-282-3220.
Hi, this is Asa Nelson, and from our family to yours, we would be honored to gain your trust.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
First down 10 for the Blue Jays at the Woodward 49-yard line. Caden Ballard Stevenson, the quarterback for the Blue Jays. A handoff there and lost on a play of 2 yards. That's C.J. Ward?
I think it was Adams, I believe.
Was that Adams?
Yep, Justin.
Adams still in there. Second down 12, under 3 to play. Terra Inshore Group postgame show. Head coach Kelly Beebe. We'll also hear from our Guthrie North Church player of the game.
You got any thoughts on that, Chris?
I think I do.
Yeah?
Yeah. Second down 12. Caden, 5 seconds on the play clock. Melton that one as far as he can take it. Snaps it at 2. Hands it off. Adams to the 45-yard line. Pick up of 4 yards. Correct that, 6 yards. And so the Blue Jays will have a 3rd down and 6 play upcoming. Next snap will be under 2 minutes left in this one.
Thinking about our dining options.
Well, we're in the middle of nowhere, so you would think they'd have some options here.
We're in the middle of nowhere. It's nighttime. We do not have a spare tire. I don't know what could possibly go wrong.
Spare tire is in use.
Whew.
145. That's true point, Craig. Caden Ballard Stevenson steps up. And he'll get inside the 43-yard. Yeah, just tuning in, we had a flat tire. I bought the tire.
We know, Chris.
32 days ago.
We know.
And I didn't run over anything. Well, apparently I did.
Yeah.
But nothing big. And then whoosh,
made
and
a noise.
The PSI on my odometer, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10.
Bring up the band.
But being the responsible person, I found a flat level surface on a road off the highway.
Right.
And between the three of us, we got it switched out in about 20 minutes. And so we do have a spare tire, just got a hole in it.
Well, we spent 15 of those 20 minutes trying to find out how to get the spare tire down.
Well, we knew how to get it down. It's just that little part there. It passes incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down and 3. 58 seconds left. Oh, I'm sorry. That was 4th down and 3. Craig, you're fired. I should say you're hired. You're actually watching it a little bit closer than I am. But Woodward will take over for maybe a snap or two, and we're going to get set for this TIG postgame show. But so we need someone to follow behind us to make sure we get
I
safe.
know I'm not going to ask to do it. Our buses, they see us broke down, they just wave and drive on by.
Well, at least they have the courtesy to wave at us.
That's true.
But I got the roadside, whatever, hazard thing on the tire deal. Yeah, so the folks at the store will.
That they forced you to take.
That they forced me to take.
You going to thank them for that when you go back?
I paid for it. I mean, it's a service I paid for.
It's a no. Chris has a hard time saying thank you.
No, I don't. I'm very thankful. I will thank them.
Okay, that's all I wanted to hear.
It'll save me a bill and a half. First down and 10. And not much there for the Boomers. And we're going to let Phil exit stage left. Let him go do his radio magic. And don't forget your microphone and your body pack and all that good stuff. 41 seconds in rolling here. Again, coming up next, Terra Insure Group post-game show. And it won't be the longest TIG post-game show we'll ever have, as we got a little ride back home. But we will definitely bring you a good Terra Insure Group post-game show. Second down and 8. Final play of the ball game. Blue Jays jump off sides. As soon as I say that, Cavaliers jumps off sides, and we'll have one more snap here. And Braden Russell did another great job on the camera for us tonight. Kel Evans in his first producing deal tonight. And Craig Fleck, the old steady veteran with us. Phil making his way down onto the field. One final snap here. Woodward doesn't have to snap it if they don't want to. Second down and 4, they do snap it. And they'll hand it off up the middle. And going nowhere is the Boomer running back. And who made the tackle? Let's give him credit. David Scott. Yeah, go figure. David Scott. And that's the way we'll end it here tonight in Western Oklahoma. Blue Jays coming to Boomer territory. Take down the Woodward Boomers. Final score 38-6. The Blue Jays are 6-0. The Carl Albert Titans are 6-0. It is Guthrie Carl Albert week officially. We'll talk about that and much more in the TIG post-game show. Blue Jays win. Blue Jays win. Timeout. After this, we come back with the Terra Insure Group post-game show. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football.
Hello, Blue Jay family. I'm Pastor Hetty. I want to invite you to North Church Guthrie, where you can expect fun, Bible-centered kids and student ministries, life-giving groups, engaging worship, and powerful messages. I would love to see you and your family at North Church Guthrie this Sunday at 9:30 or 11 a.m. at Guthrie Upper Elementary School, where our vision is to love God, love people, and follow Jesus. And remember, God loves you, and go win.
For decades, Guthrie Athletics has been a source of pride in the Guthrie community. Hi, I'm Merritt Roberts, and I've been a Blue Jay supporter and Farm Bureau agent for many, many years.
I want to wish all the Guthrie student athletes not only a great season on the field, course, track, or court, but in the classroom as well. If integrity, honesty, and accessibility are important to you, call Farm Bureau at 620-4920 and ask for Merritt. I would welcome the opportunity to give you a professional evaluation of your insurance needs, or simply stop by and let's talk about the Jays.
It's a beautiful day to introduce people to the golden goodness of Golden Chick. So this is your first time you had Golden Chick. What do you think?
Absolutely delicious.
These are 100% tenderloin, no mystery meat.
I love them. They're so juicy and tender.
How long do you think it takes to marinate a perfect piece of chicken?
Probably 20 minutes. Yeah, about 20.
An hour?
What if I told you 24 hours? Wow. I feel like one of those infomercial guys. But wait, there's more time marinating the chicken. One taste, and you're golden. Golden Chick. Come on, I need this pack.
Okay. F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Linda here with Jim and our Red River Roofing crew. You've known us for 16 years of quality roofing services, and we are also proud installers of Diamond Coat pre-finished siding.
This quality wood siding product is scratch resistant, comes in custom color option, and will actually increase your home's resale value.
With a 30-year no-fade warranty, this siding is is sure to impress.
Durability is number one, so choose a stylish exterior siding that will last.
Call today to boost your home's curb appeal with beautiful Diamond Coat siding. Visit us at redriverroofing.com.
Coming up next, it's the Terra Insure Group postgame show featuring stats, highlights, plays of the game, on-field interviews, and the player of the game.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
And we welcome you inside the Terra Insure Group post-game show where the Blue Jays come to Western Oklahoma and take down the Woodward Boomers. Final score, 38-6. The Blue Jays improved to 6-0 on the season and 3-0 in district play. Woodward Boomers fall to 2-4 overall and 1-2 in district play. Time now for our Guthrie North Church player of the game. With that, let's go downstairs with Phil Nichols.
Hey, Chris, I'm here with CJ Ward, this week's player of the game. We're having a little technical difficulty, so I think what I'm going to do when I'm done bringing it in, I'm going to give CJ my headset. But, CJ, just talk a little bit about the game. You know, you guys have positioned yourself. Coach Kelly Beebe said, you put yourself in a position for the big game next week against Carl Albert. Just tell a little bit about that, and I'll give you my headset so you can talk to Chris and our listening audience.
All right, we're going to switch those out real quick. And CJ get a little bit comfortable there. You go, CJ. Just give us your thoughts on tonight's performance.
Well, the way Woodward's defensive scheme was, Coach was telling me that, well, I wasn't on defense this week, so I was asking, like, can I get in? Can I get in some running back reps? And then I get in, and I was just trying to do what I can to help the team.
And CJ, tonight the offense was really set up wonderfully, as it has been all season long by that defense and special teams. I mean, the offense had great field position. 4 turnovers. I mean, that sets the offense up pretty good. Campbell H with the block on the punter sets you guys up at the 9-yard line, and you need one play to get in. Just talk about how great the defense has played so far this year.
Yeah, that's a number one thing we always try to do. Like, defense, we always want to go out, kick first, and defense just get right on them to start the game off.
And CJ, of course, your first touchdown, 9 yards out, able to get the edge. And we always talk about you like running east and west, but it's starting to look like you're getting more comfortable putting your toe in the turf and cutting up. Just talk about that progress throughout your career.
Okay, well, I've been watching a little NFL. I've been watching Alvin Kamara, watching Todd Gurley, watching some of the NFL players, how they do it. I want to be better, so I've been scanning, analyzing, and then I try it on the field.
That's a great way to do it. A lot of things I do is also watching other people how well they do things. That's exactly how I like to do it as well. Your quarterback, Jackson Waddell, he threw you a tremendous pass. Talk about the pass, and it is amazing to watch you from upstairs a couple times on 2 of your long plays, the way your speed, the way you just create distance from the secondary. But talk about that pass by Jackson and what you saw.
Well, me and Watt even working on that all week, and I couldn't get it down. So today we connected. Like, he got it to me, and I knew I had to catch it. And I had to make a move on the defender and went straight to the house.
What's it like, CJ? 6-0 on the season, 22 turnovers the defense has caused. 9 of those have directly gone to scores, several others as well. It looks like you guys are having a lot of fun.
We are, but next week it's going to be a grind. So, I mean, all this is fun, but we got to keep our minds on the right path. Don't get too cocky.
So how's practice? I mean, obviously you guys will watch game film, but what's a Carl Albert Guthrie practice like this week?
It's going to be intense. Coach Beebe's going to be on our tails. We can't be messing up. We'll do it in practice if we do, but we can't mess up at the game time because this is going to be one of the big ones.
Of course, it's always nice to play inside the rock in these big games, and the 2 big ones left is Carl Albert against, and they're both on the home schedule, so that's always nice to be inside the rock with the big games. This should be a great atmosphere.
Yes, sir, it should. It should be packed.
CJ, congratulations on being named the Guthrie North Church Player of the Game. CJ Ward with a 9-yard touchdown run, a 69-yard touchdown reception, and then a 53-yard touchdown run. CJ Ward, congratulations. Have a great week of practice, and we'll see you next week inside the rock for Guthrie Carl Albert.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, one thing I want to add, Chris, real quick, just tell CJ, the thing I'm most proud of is the leadership he's shown this year. He's just done a tremendous job as a senior, grown up, maturing, done an outstanding job. We know CJ's a gifted athlete.
Yes.
It's great to see him be an outstanding leader as well, and just want to make sure everybody understands this young man has really stepped up as a leader.
All right, congratulations, CJ Ward, the Guthrie North Church player of the game. Take a time out here on the Terra Insure Group post-game show. When we come back, we'll hear from Guthrie Blue Jay head coach Kelly Beebe, get his thoughts on the win tonight, and of course a look at the Carl Albert Titans next week inside Jelle's.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world.
After this, we bring you more from the stadium as the Terra Insure Group postgame show continues.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
Welcome back inside the Terra Insure Group post-game show. Blue Jays come up to Woodward, Oklahoma, and get the victory. Final score 38-6. Blue Jays improved to 6-0 overall, 3-0 in district play. They get the full 15 points as well. As we do each and every week, we go downstairs and talk with the Blue Jay head coach in his 5th season as the head coach. Been here since 2004, won a lot of many football games. Let's go downstairs with him, with Phil Nichols.
I'm here with head football coach Kelly Beebe. Coach, we were talking before we came back on the air, 22 or 23 turnovers forced by this Blue Jay defense so far this season, 4 of them again tonight. I think just tons of running plays, real physical Woodward team. Just talk about this game and then give us a little insight into next week. And, of course, we got the big one, the one everybody looks at every year, Carl Albert coming into the Rock.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I want to thank the fans that came out tonight, support us at 130 miles away from home, and obviously you guys for being here. Strange environment out here every time we come out to Northwest Oklahoma, and 20 to 25 mile an hour wind. I thought David, other than the shank punt, was incredible kicking the ball, which field position for us was great. This is a unique offense. It's kind of a wing tee throwback out of a 2 tight end power scheme. And with their number 5, that wing back, I bet he carried it 40 times tonight. It's hard to get him for less than 3. So our kids really had to battle. We played multiple kids up front in the back end. We lost Dom early. I think he'll be all right. And then we had a lot of big plays. I think CJ had three touches for 3 touchdowns, so maybe we didn't get it to him enough. And then Jackson was real good on running the duck scheme. Special teams wise, we controlled field position most of the night. And then the turnovers, it's nice feeling to be at 6-0. Again, we haven't been there since 14, I guess. And we've played a little bit of every type of scheme you can see offensively and defensively. Played some 6As, and hopefully that gets us prepared for the big one with Carl Albert next week.
Coach, it was great to see. Your defense and special teams set up your offense with those turnovers. Campbell Leach with a big block or a big tackle on the punter inside the 9 to give CJ his first touchdown of the night. They just set up the offense so wonderful the entire evening.
Yeah, and we always talk about, when we're good, that we can run the football, which lets us get first downs and control the clock a little bit, and we can kick. That creates field position. And then defensively, we try to scrap around and stop the run and get after the quarterback a little bit. So, it takes all 3 of those phases to be a good football team. And I think we're developing into a good football team. We're going to have we're going to get a measuring stick next week. against Carl Albert that's hadn't lost in a couple of years.
Yeah, talking about the Titans, Coach. I mean, they're 6-0. Dadrian Taylor, big news, came back this week as expected. Be just in time for Guthrie Carl week. But talk about what they bring. They got Ben Harris as a quarterback. Never lost a football game in his high school career. They're going to come in with all the confidence in the world.
Well, they've got the it factor down there, and we understand what that's about also, and we're trying to get back to that level. They graduated a lot of kids last year. They bring back, obviously, the quarterback and the very, very, very dynamic tailback, along with a lot of guys that played half a game of football about 9 times last year. So they've got guys, even though they're first-year starters, that played a whole lot of football as underclassmen, extremely fast on defense, extremely fast on all 11 positions. And then, of course, they got a home run hitter at the tailback spot, and the quarterback is as slick as they get throwing the ball, and they got guys that can go catch it. And they're good in the kicking game. I mean, they're a championship caliber team. Guthrie's tried to build their team over the last 20 years to be successful against Carl Albert. We've been lucky to do that a number of times. And, we've got a great challenge ahead of us. There's no pressure on us. We put ourselves in a position to be at 6-0 and make this an important ball game. We're at home, and our kids are going to be excited to go play and see what we can do against those guys.
Coach, I know you got a long drive home. Don't want to keep you any longer than that, but congratulations on the 6-0 win, and it should be a great week of practice. I know the players are looking forward to it. A lot of work during the week to give them a shot on Friday night.
Absolutely. I thought our coaches, our entire coaching staff, did an outstanding job of keeping these guys focused on the task at hand with Woodward, with a lot of talk about Carl Albert behind us and those kind of things. And without securing this win tonight against a very physical football team at Woodward, that shines kind of off the star if we go in there 5-1. So all the coaches did an outstanding job. Coach Woodward, Coach Young, and Coach Harmon did some great adjustments during the game for some things we hadn't seen. And then Coach Mick adjusted some blocking schemes during the halftime that were very successful. So tried to manage the game a little bit, towards the end and get out of here healthy and intact and just ready to go next week.
Coach, congratulations. Safe travels back home, and we'll talk to you next week.
Absolutely. You guys too. Thank you.
Head coach Kelly Beebe here on the Terra Insure Group postgame show as the Blue Jays defeat the Woodward Boomers in Woodward, Oklahoma. Final score 38-6. All right, this computer cut me off last time, so I'm going to make sure.
Hello, Blue Jays fan.
You tried to do it again. I caught it that time. All right. We got. All right. I'm to make sure we get all of our breaks in here the right way, and this computer's touchy tonight. Okay. I think we're set for our timeout here. Of course, this is the Terra Insure Group postgame show. We'll come back. We'll get some thoughts here, a little bit of a scoring summary, and then get ready to exit stage left. Timeout. This is the Terra Insure Group postgame show.
When it comes to Guthrie Blue Jay Athletics, Hayes Funeral Home is a proud supporter from the first game all the way to the championship game. Along with many years of experience in funeral service, the Hayes family brings compassion and professional service during difficult times. Owners Chuck and Lynette Hayes take pride in providing families and their loved ones quality care. Chuck and Lynette have not only supported families in the Guthrie area for countless years, but have supported Guthrie student athletes succeeding on the playing field and in the classroom. Hayes Funeral Home is located on the corner of Noble and Wentz, or simply give them a call at 405-282-3100.
Final thoughts from the stadium are ahead on the Terra Insure Group postgame show.
When garage door problems occur, don't call a kind of service company or maybe a repair guy. Call Paul Creed at A-Team Overhead Door. Paul owns and operates his company and has over 15 years of experience in residential and commercial overhead door service. Paul provides all garage door services from repairs to installations. With free estimates, Paul will work with you to decide the best possible solution for your garage door or opener problems. Call A-Team Overhead Door today, 405-642-7065.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world.
for the final time here in Woodward, Oklahoma. The Guthrie Blue Jays take down the Woodward Boomers. Final score, 38-6. Chris Evans, Craig Fleck with you, along with Braden Russell, Kel Evans, and Phil Nichols. Daryl Jones back in our Stillwater studio. This is the Terra Insure Group postgame show. I invite you to go out and visit the fine folks at TIGOK.com, but also the A-team up front, 2603 South Division, the ladies up front, they are the A-team. And then once you navigate into the hallways, there's Seth Robbins, Dennis Oaks, and Jason Herzels. They great trio out there. Blue Jays through and through, and of course, great guys, but you got to have great product behind it. And when you're looking for insurance, whether auto, watercraft, TV, homeowners, landlords, renters, classic auto, motorcycles, earthquakes, mobile homes, business, life, they can do it all, and I trust them with my stuff, and they take good care of me out there at Terra Insure Group, Post 2603 South Division, TIGOK.com. Put in your numbers and information in there, and be sure to give them a call first thing Monday morning. I promise you I'll take care of him. And if you know what, go in there and get a quote. I bet you they might give you a car wash. How about that? That's how nice those folks are at TIG, Terra Insure Group. Blue Jays weren't very nice tonight to the Woodward Boomers as they take down the 5A2 district rival. Final score of 38-6. Blue Jays 6-0 on the season, 3-0 in district play. And as mentioned, it is Guthrie Carl Albert week. It should be a great week. A lot of people will be talking about that game, rightfully so, in the papers, the radio. It's always a circus, Guthrie Carl Albert week, and hopefully it'll be a fun game on Friday night as the Blue Jays look to go 7-0. Coach Beebe mentioned best start since 2014. That season, Guthrie went 9-0 before dropping that regular season game to Deer Creek. But we need an exit stage left here. Great hospitality, as always, here in Woodward, Oklahoma. Always appreciate the good folks here as the Blue Jays will exit stage left and have about a 2.5-hour trip home, about 130 miles. It'll be a happy bus, though, 2 buses, as Blue Jays win it here. Final score, 38-6. Big thank you to Braden Russell on the camera tonight for our YouTube feed. Did a great job, and we only had the one camera tonight. We tried to have 2 or 3 cameras each broadcast, but due to space, we came out with the one camera tonight. Of course, Kel Evans getting to produce the first time on the computer, and he had a total of 20 drop frames. So we do 30 seconds per second, so to have 20 drop frames in about 3 hours and 45 minutes, that's pretty darn good. So thank you to Kel Evans. Of course, Craig Fleck, all the stats and numbers and all the stuff inside our ear, does a great job with that, as always. Final score for the final time in Woodward, Oklahoma. The Guthrie Blue Jays defeat the Woodward Boomers by a score of 38-6 to remain undefeated. Our next broadcast will be next Friday night inside the Rock when the Carl Albert Titans come to town for a 7 o'clock contest. We'll be on the air beginning at 6:30 with the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show as we get you set for Guthrie Carl Albert. Be sure to stay up to date with all Guthrie Blue Jay athletics at GuthrieSportsPage.com. For my partner Phil Nichols, I'm Chris Evans. We'll talk to you next time, and as always, go Blue Jays!
You've been listening to Guthrie Blue Jay Football, home of the 4-time state champions on the Guthrie Radio Network. Guthrie Football 2018 is brought to you by Interbank, strengthening our communities through community banking. Golden Chick, the original and still the best. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world. John Vance Auto Group, where it's comfortable to buy a car. Guthrie North Church, love God, love people, follow Jesus. Mercy Hospital, Logan County, your life is our life's work. And Eskridge Chevrolet, a name you can trust for over 50 years. Guthrie Blue Jay Football is also brought to you by F&M Bank, Guthrie Tag Agency, A-Team Overhead Door, Nelson Monument Company, Hayes Funeral Home, Sonic at I-35 and Highway 33, Red River Roofing, and Merritt Roberts Farm Bureau, Oklahoma.